Open your minds.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
And so a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, say, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost got $1 billion.
It's the Proper Thoughts
3 PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hears these sirens and looks through the mirror and sees this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the price of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, punk. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Why do you think you never pick up the paper 3D over and over and see white families travel? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops shot my loved one 40 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops don't do that? You think they're more spiritual? Think they're better? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and if we said, look, we saying, if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that anytime a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license, just like you do to drive a car. And if you use it wrongly, you'll lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to push that through? Well, you take your economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, then we call them for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and it'll start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you what that means. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? South Fifth Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Westinghouse. They will get the bill, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
Happy. San Antonio, Lincoln 6. Go ahead. We have a suspect down, 10-4. That's 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your minds. And peace, folks. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why you are here. But yeah, tonight we got the old For the Record TV will be in the house tonight. It's been a while since the good folks been on, so I'm going to chop it up with them and talk my shit, of course. But we're gonna see what they been up to since the last time we spoke and all of that. But before we get started, as always, y'all know I always start the stream off with thanking you good folks out there for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your views, and of course, your hard earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because you don't have to do it, man. And I understand that you don't have to do it. You don't have to watch these damn streams. You don't have to show up here every week. And you damn sure don't have to drop your hard earned coins on this platform. But you good folks, man, you choose to do so. And I want you to know that I don't take it lightly because I don't take you lightly. I'm grateful, man. I'm thankful. I'm honored. I'm humbled by you good folks. And I want y'all to know, man, that I appreciate it. I'm never gonna stop saying it. Because y'all continue to support this page. And I want y'all to know, man, that I'm grateful for it. All right. So I thank you. All right. Let's get at it. Also, before I bring in for the record, let me give y'all a few programming notes because y'all know I'm always talking about programming notes. We were supposed to have my man up here, Keep It Techie, on Thursday, but y'all know there's been some storms, traveling through the South, man. And Thursday night, man, I mean, my internet was going in and out and all this kind of nonsense, and shit just wasn't working. So I hit brother KIT up, and he's an understanding brother. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw down next Thursday. So my man, KIT, will be in the house next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you hear because he'll be talking all things tech. But also, I got another guest lined up. This fella here, Mr. Linwood Jackson Jr., will be here Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Those of you who know about brother Linwood, he is an author of many books. I have 6 of them behind me here, and we will be talking about the worth and growth of the black man Wednesday night. So make sure you have your black behinds here. Got a special guest for y'all, an award-winning author will be in the house. Brother Linwood Jackson will be coming right here on the T.P.O.T. YouTube page. So let's get at it. I see my folks coming in. Brother Bitcoin L, Lady Topaz. What's good with it, folks?
Hey X, thanks for inviting us over here. We're excited. We've been telling everybody to make sure they came over here to support us for today. So we're open
Absolutely.
to answer any questions you might have.
All right. Where's
Hey, what's
brother
going on,
Third
X?
Ward
What's going
at?
on, X?
What's good with it, brother Bitcoin? Where Third Ward? I see him in the chat. What, he ain't coming up? You ain't coming on the stage, man. What the hell?
No, we kicked him out because he played too much. He got a microphone and thought he was too good for us. No, he said he's on his way up.
All right. So let me start here. What's good with it, brother Cool Jet? Oh, hold up, y'all. I didn't do roll call. I don't want my folks to get mad at me. I got to do roll call right quick. I see Lady Jazz is in the house. Brother Joe. Lady Mika. Brother Deshaun. Brother Stoic. Brother New. What's good with it, man? Brother Third Ward. All right. Roll call. So, let me ask you, good folks, what have you been up to since we spoke last?
Brandon, you want to go first?
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, so we had some personnel changes and we got our own actual channel this time. So we started For the Record TV in December. Well, no, we started like mid-November And then since January, we've tried to make sure that we have like a variety show. So we talk about current events and sports first. We have a feature called Comment of the Week, where whoever makes the funniest or either the most informative, basically the most standout comment, they get a cash app. You know, it's a way to encourage chat room participation. And then we each have different topics, either mental health or, you know, Black culture topics that we bring to everybody, and we like for people to come up on the panel and have their say. So that's we're trying to present to you guys what it looks like when you have a an actual conversation that's based on the solution. Because at the end of all of the topics, we make sure to ask everybody, what do y'all think, you know, the answer is? Why do y'all think this happened, and what do you think we should do going forward?
Oh, so it's going down over
I
there.
like to think so. You should
It's
come
going
by.
down.
We haven't seen you, Buster. You should drop by and just see.
I've been watching. I've been watching. No, trust me, I've been watching. Yeah, I'm gonna drop through one day and you know, come down there and, you know, talk some shit, you know, like I
Yeah,
normally do when I I'll be down there, but I'll watch I'll block. One thing I like about y'all that y'all do like you like a variety type of thing. You know, it's very interesting, you know, and I don't say that about many platforms, but you guys platform is very interesting, and I think it's something that's needed, you know, because I can come down there and watch y'all stuff and, you know, actually learn something, you know. So I mean, it's I like it, man. I like what y'all doing down there. I like how the setup is. Y'all have
appreciate it.
y'all got good chemistry down there, man. The chemistry down there is good. I like the chemistry, man. You know,
Well,
because
thanks, Prophet of Thought.
yeah, because you don't often find tandems that can work together. Notice everybody who pretty much streams, you know, they're by themselves. You know, they don't have like, you know, someone who's like on the show with them, you know, every single week. You know, they have guests or whatever, but you know, y'all are actually a team, and that part I really, really like. You guys got really
And
good
another thing I'll
chemistry.
say is we you know, we didn't plan this out. This ain't nothing scripted. This was all just a domino effect. Like, you know, like I say, I always give credit to where credit is due. Shout out to Duke for giving me the opportunity and third to start our channel with him. So
Hmm.
after that, you know, we left his channel, then we started our own channel. Shout out to Topaz, you know, she let us because you know she the OG of the game. You know, she always go live on her channel. So we she gave us the keys to the channel, and hey, ever since then we've been doing our thing.
All right. So let me ask. Well, I guess I can start with Lady Topaz. Let me ask you this, Lady Topaz, because you know when it comes to this Black YouTube stuff, you know
Hmm.
it's somewhat male dominated. You know, especially on this end, it's somewhat male dominated. So how is it to be in a somewhat male dominated space and be working, you know, with brothers? You know, how is that for you? Like, is that a challenge for you?
Um, well, I thought it would be, you know, but when I look at my life, literally there's more men than women involved in it, you know, so it wasn't that big of a stretch for me because I find that as long as I just say what it is that I mean, if I hear something I don't like, I will object. If I hear something, but if I object, you know, I have to be able to express why. I have to be able to convey what it is that I'm thinking, what's giving me pause in what they've been saying. So as long as you're just upfront and direct, I've had a few men who didn't like that I was in the space, but overwhelmingly the response has been, oh, okay, well, you can stay. Like, I guess they haze me a little bit in the beginning, you know, whenever there's a new person and they first meet me, they'll, you know, try some stuff at first, but I guess I handled it well because I'm still here.
Yeah, but you've been around for a while. You're not like new, you know,
Right.
to this. You've been around for a while. So, and we've been joined by Brother Third Ward. What's good with it, Brother Third Ward?
Yo, peace, brother X. Salute to you. Appreciate you for having us up on here again. And my bad for being late. I had to restart my computer, so I was just waiting on it to get rebooted. But appreciate you for letting us come up on here a second time, man. It's definitely an honor and a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely, man. Y'all need to come back more often, man. We need to make this a thing.
Okay.
we need to make it a thing, man. At least drop
Hey, no
in on
problem, man. We
drop
be
in
we
on a
be
brother, man, from time
we
to
be honored,
time.
man. We be honored and pleasure to come up on here anytime you need us or want us to, man. We definitely will. We be honored, man, for real. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And let me say this before I, get back into questioning y'all. Your group has followed me. I mean, I'm not that familiar with Lady Topaz. I know who she is, but brother Third Ward, brother Bitcoin, and brother Kenny, y'all have,
Shout out to
man,
Kenny.
y'all
Shout out
have,
to Kenny.
yeah, man, brother Kenny Conjo, you brothers have supported this damn page, man, for like forever. I mean, y'all have been supporting me ever since I had like 75 subscribers. So, I mean, I want y'all to know, man, that I appreciate y'all, man, and I appreciate the support. And, if you ever need me, on any end of anything, man, just hit me up and let me know, man, because y'all have been like my day oneers, man. And y'all still here. Y'all still fuck with me. As messed up as I am, y'all still continue to
Hey,
support me through
Well,
all
I'll
of it.
be in the
So,
chat avoiding all of this testosterone that y'all be having out here. So I'll be in the clouds. I watch, but I just
yeah,
don't type a whole
I
lot.
was gonna say, I told Topaz and them, I said my first time seeing Topaz and you, Xavier, was on Obsidian's panel. I remember
Yeah.
oh,
they was giving I remember they was giving Xavier little problems, in the past, but I guess everything cooled down with you guys. But I was always a fan since then. Of
okay.
Xavier. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've taken some arrows, I've taken some
Yeah.
arrows here and there. It can't be avoided, on YouTube. And I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. I try to stay away from the beefing and the arguing because I'm an old man. All right. I'm a
Yes, sir.
granddaddy. I'm a
Yes, sir.
grandfather. So, I try to stay away, man, from all that nonsense. But sometimes it makes its way to you and there's nothing you can really do about it. And I would like to think that this is a channel that isn't centered around that kind of crap. So,
Hmm.
I mean, most of the people who know me and know of me know that that's not what I'm really about. Because, a lot of these brothers that you see on YouTube and you see in my channel, a lot of these brothers, I talk to these brothers, outside of YouTube. They have my personal cell phone number. And they'll tell you, man, I'm not I try hard not to be about the BS, man, whether it be online or off it, So I would like to think that this channel is at least that, if nothing else. So,
Yes,
it
sir.
kind of goes
You're
without
doing a
saying.
phenomenal job, brother. You're doing a good
You know,
job, bro.
I
Yeah, that's
appreciate it,
actually
man.
why I started watching you is because I liked the fact that there were actual debates. When I first got here, it was like May of 2019. And so it was a lot of beefing going on. It was a bunch of like scandals that were being brought out. And so I just remember thinking to myself, y'all not having an actual conversation, nothing's going to get resolved. And then somehow I found my way over here and I was like, okay, so there is a place where people are doing debates.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to channel some of that stuff. That's where, I thought about, I said, well, I'm going to do some debates and try to channel, some of this, some of this energy that brothers was flinging around, back and forth with each other. I was telling my man, brother Art, last the other week that, I wanted to take some of those street fights and turn them into boxing matches. So
Hmm.
that's kind of why I started doing it. We've slowed down we've slowed down quite a bit on them down here because I'm doing other things. I'm bringing in some new faces and some people that people may not be necessarily familiar with because TP one thing about TPOT, we have a pretty long reach. We know a lot of people. We
Hmm.
connected to a lot of people in this space and outside of it. So I want y'all to know that I'm gonna be bringing, some new faces down the pipe, man. Some new stuff, man. Something different. y'all from time to time. We're going to still do debates, here and there, but that's not going to be the mainstay of TPOT like it used to be. But forget about me.
Hey, real quick, let me say this, Professor. Let me say this. I think what I like about your channel the most, besides yes, the debates are very, interesting. They're very, dope. They're definitely different from other debates that I've seen in this space. But I think the thing I like about your channel so much is like some of the things that you've done with your channel. Like for instance, when you do the little graphics and the uploads of like the Mortal Kombat thing, to me that's like hilarious and that's so classic. When you be like, there's definitely like a classic of yours, and then also like I think you have like some of the funniest like sound bites in this space, when you be like those old mamas and stuff like when you say it, and when you be like, get your black ass up, that type of shit. Like when you say that type of shit, like that shit just be having me rolling. I just be like laughing, man. I be like, man, I be like, X got some classic, sound bites and sound clips. Like I just be rolling.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. People have been, I've been hit up, a few times, and people want, like little voice work. If you listen around the internet, you probably can hear, some of my voice work because I've done a little bit of voice work for quite a few people, in the space. If you listen to certain people, you'll hear my voice. A lot of people may not know it's me, but I do quite a bit of voice work for folks, and they kind of just let me do what I want. So they're like, oh, just say whatever you want. So that's pretty much what I do. So you'll hear some of those get your black asses up, and you'll hear that, in some of the stuff that I do for people, on the
Hey,
internet.
while I'm up here on the panel, I'm doing my work. Your little StreamYards, the bot tried to block one of my supporters.
Damn.
The
Well,
tank man.
You've been here long enough. You know that the bot is just merciless, boy. That thing is just
That thing is funny because I remember
no
one time I was in your chat when you had a live stream. This is like probably like sometime last year. You had a stream, and of course, I know the bot is set to like pick up certain words, or like I know sometimes like it'll just time you out, but other times it'll give you like a little pre warning, like, hey, watch this or watch what you say, and it'll like add your name or whatever. One time I just wanted to mess with the bot just to test it out to see what it said, right? And like I don't know how it knew, but one time I actually like said a cuss word in Spanish because I just wanted to see if it would pick it up, and the bot was like at Third World Colombia. You get awarded this time. Next time, you get time down. I was like, damn. I'm like, how to know what I say in Spanish?
Man.
I'm like, the bot is bilingual now. I'm like, damn.
It's got a mind of its own, boy. I'm telling you, it's got a mind of its own.
That bot don't play around, man. That bot be taking names, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Cool Jen said I think the Streamlabs cuss one dude out on here.
Yeah, it takes no prisoners now. I mean, it do what it do. People told me that, oh man, X, you need to get in there, man, and tone it down and do something to it. I'm not. I'm leaving it just the way. I'm leaving it the way it is because see, when that bot is in there, I don't really have to watch the chat all that much. Because my other screen is kind of at a distance. So, it's kind of hard to see everything because, I wear glasses. All right. I'll need to be up here looking cool, but, I wear glasses and, I can't see everything, especially names that aren't in blue. If they're not in blue, they look a little fuzzy sometimes.
Yep.
So, I can't monitor it like that. So the bot, it does a good job. Sometimes it overreaches, but it's not nothing that I'm too worried about because I know my moderators will catch, if it mess around and take somebody down that it shouldn't have, I know they'll catch it most of the time. So, but like I tell people, like if it's somebody who, I know is down with me, they just hit me up, man. I'll go in there and unblock them or whatever if I can't, find it on the screen. I ain't a hard knock dude like that. I'll go on my shit and unblock, depending on who it is. If you somebody I don't give a damn about, then then I don't care. But if you somebody that I'm cool with, I'll go in there and, get you up out of there. But let me start with Brandon L. Because you done went from entanglement to Bitcoin. I want to know what
the glow up.
Yeah, why do you change your names? Like, I
Hey,
mean,
hey,
what's behind that?
that's funny you said that. It started with on DJ Cuda. Anybody remember when, let's just say, a situation happened on social media? You know, something's trending, or let's just say YouTube. I forgot what it was. Like it'll be something like um um I'm trying to think of something like Pump and Dump L or Pump and Dump Tank Man, Pump and Dump Doug, or something like that. They'll change the name, and, you know, change their names. You know, Obsidian Pump and Dump Mobile, something like that. So, you know, so when the Entanglement L started, I said, okay, I'm gonna change my name. I didn't think nobody was gonna, you know, think it was funny enough, but everybody was laughing at it, so I kept it going. But Bitcoin L is what I'm sticking with because, man, Bitcoin L went up through the roof. You know, it's at 50,
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's at 54,000 right now. You know, a
Mm-hmm.
coin. So yeah, I'm sticking with
Okay.
Bitcoin L. Entanglement L, I was trolling then, but Bitcoin L, I'm sticking with.
All right. Because I said I'm gonna ask Brother Brandon about this shit, man. Why he keep changing his damn name to? But I kind of figured it has something to do with you know, whatever was trending or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Shout out to DJ Kuda, his chat, man. They wild over there. So yeah.
So let me ask you good folks this. I mean, what is the what is the plan? I mean, what do y'all plan on doing down there for the record? Like what's gonna happen going forward? Is this a permanent thing? Are
Oh
y'all
yeah.
taking the are y'all taking the show on the road? Are you know what's going on?
I mean, I would say as of right now, this definitely is a permanent thing. Now, as far as on the road and stuff, you know, we do tend to travel a lot in different areas in this quote unquote black sector of YouTube, particularly, I guess, the manosphere sector or whatnot. But I would say that as of right now, it is a permanent thing. And, you know, me, Brandon, Topaz, and Kenny, we have a really close bond. And, you know, we always kind of been, even before we, you know, got together as a group and we started a show or whatnot, you know, we always was kind of just cool in different chats and kind of always like was just rocking with each other behind the scenes or whatever. And then, you know, the opportunity presented itself, you know, when we was on the last channel to, you know, become a channel, then things didn't go so right over there. So we just, you know, left that situation and we started for the Record TV. So I would say, yeah, right now what we doing over there is we basically doing a lot of, because here's the thing, like, you know, I don't knock nobody for what they do or what they want to talk about. You know, with your channel, you could do what you want to do. But in this particular space, I notice it's like a lot of the same topics being recycled over and over again. You know, you got the gender war topics, you got, you know, the leveling up, you got the money and this. And look, everybody has you know, stuff to talk about. Everybody has a right to talk about what they want to talk about. But I think what we wanted to do is we wanted to switch it up a little bit and talk about different topics that nobody else is really talking about. And we wanted to do it in a more positive, kind of fun way. Now, don't get it wrong, or don't get us wrong. Sometimes, you know, we have a little bit of effery over on our channel, not necessarily nothing too major, but it's just, you know, for a little entertainment or whatnot. But for the most part, you know, we keep it very respectful on our channel. So when you come to our channel and you hop up on our panels, whatever it is that we're debating or talking about, like, you can have your own opinion. We actually welcome that. We welcome some pushback because we don't like you know, echo chambers or whatever, because we feel like, you know, if nobody's giving pushback or giving a difference of opinion, then it's like nobody's really growing and learning anything if everybody's always agreeing. And sometimes our debates can get heated and it can get a little, you know, heated or whatnot, but I mean, it never goes to the point of where I'm disrespecting somebody, you know, because they have a difference of opinion in me. You can have your opinion and, you know, you could be passionate and heated about it, but just as long as you don't disrespect nobody or call nobody out their name or come for them personally, then hey, you know, it's all fair game. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's pretty much. And you know, we, like I said, I think what our channel represents the most is it represents chemistry. It represents unity. It represents like, you know, I always say our channel has like a family vibe to it. It's kind of like when you go to that family member's house, where the one that you know always go to their house, and it's always good times over there, and they always cooking. It's like a cookout type of feel where you go over there and everybody's cooking, maybe having some drinks, kicking it, you know, chopping it up, joking, whatever. And it's always good times. There's never any drama, no mess over there. That's kind of what our channel represents. It's kind of like the one place where you can come to kick back, just be yourself, be comfortable, say what's on your mind. Nobody ain't gonna judge you. Nobody gonna, try to, criticize you or try to, make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you come over there respectfully and, you participate, give your take on things, then that's kind of like what our channel is. And what we plan on doing with it going forward is we really just want to, like I said, talk about different conversations, bring different ideas to the table. And we want to let people have, a space where it could be kind of like grown. You could talk about grown stuff, but also it could be like a cool, chill, kind of mellow type of environment where it's not no drama, no effort going on. So that's what I would say, our channel's about.
Yeah, I agree with everything Third said. But I was also gonna say, like, we all got a different minds. Like, everything I say, Topaz don't agree with. Same with Third. Like, we all got a different mind. So we come at each other respectfully. I disagree with this situation. They disagree with me sometimes. There ain't nothing but respect there. And I want that with everybody, because usually when I see people on panels, let's just say if I say I like BBWs, fat women, for example, people will say, "Oh man, you ain't got no options. You know what I'm saying? You broke." It's like, damn, I just like, I like thicker women. That's my thing. And brother might say he like little skin thin chicks. I'm not finna criticize him. Like, why you like them skeletons, them anorexic type of chicks? And I've been seeing that, these YouTube streams, like a brother can't just say what he likes without being crucified or critique all the time. Same thing with women sometimes. Maybe she like a dude that just please her in the bed, but, everybody calling her a hoe in this. But at least she being honest, telling y'all the truth. She ain't up there lying, but we just want respect, on our panels. That's all.
Yeah, I noticed that though when I watch y'all stuff, man. It's like it's very adult, even when y'all doing like the fun stuff. Because I watched y'all do a Halloween dress up. Yeah, I saw it because it came through on my ticker, and I was like, "Damn, what they doing down there? Damn, the Halloween shit." But it was actually good. So I mean, it's grown up, but it's fun. It's it's relaxed, it's adult, and I like it. I like what y'all doing down there, man. I think it's a good thing. And I'll be down there checking y'all out and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, man, y'all need to drop up in here, from time to time, man, and holler at a brother, kind of break the monotony up down here from time to time.
Well, I will say this: it has been a minute since I've been over here in this channel, because I've been, we've been busy doing our thing on our channel, and I just been, busy with just other stuff going on in my personal life. But, for the most part, me and Brandon, Kenny, Topaz, he just started coming over. But me, Brandon, Kenny definitely always usually be over here more than likely. You know what I'm saying, in your chats, and you've seen us before in chats and just participating and whatnot over here on your channel. So we definitely try to be over here as much as we can or whatnot. But I will say this: I definitely want to give a shout out to my big sis Topaz and give her a shout out, because when we was going through that transition period, when we left the old channel to start this new channel, before we actually started this new channel, we actually did maybe I want to say a total of 3-4 different live streams on her personal channel before we created For the Record TV. And the infamous Halloween stream that you just spoke of, that was one of the streams that we actually did on her channel while we were still transitioning over from the old channel to the new channel. We just hadn't got it all together yet. So we were still trying to figure out like what we was going to call our new channel and, just kind of direction we was going to go with it. But, she was very nice and gracious enough to let us stream on her channel and until we got to this new channel. So I just definitely want to give a shout out to her for that.
Oh, thanks, y'all. I wouldn't do it for anybody but y'all.
Aha. So who comes up with the topics? Or y'all don't script it, right? Y'all just kind of come through and just throw a topic out there and just who does what over there?
We have a meeting before it's time for the show, like a couple of days before, and we talk about what we want our topic to be, but we don't get into the actual discussion. We always say save it for the show, so that way our response to the topics is unscripted, but we know what the topics are going to be. So what y'all see up there is our actual reaction. So we come with everything that we're gonna say about that subject, and that's why it's so passionate as well when we're having the discussions up there.
And real quick, let me say this real quick. What's actually funny about when we do our topics is usually we don't talk about our topics and what we're going to do until like maybe a night or two before we actually go live, because we go live every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we usually, like, during the week, we say, hey, you know, we're gonna come up with some ideas or whatever, and then it's usually like the night before or a couple nights before when we finally discuss with each other what our topics are going to be. And you know, ironically enough, because of the chemistry that we have with one another, it just so happens that whatever topic that each three of us decide to choose to talk about, it all kind of coincides with each other's topic. And I guess that just is a testament to just how you know, close we are to one another, and just how you know, united we are. Is that, you know, like I said, even when we don't talk about our topics right away until a night or two before, it just, everything ends up falling together. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times a topic that I may be want to talk about, it might go hand in hand with what Topaz is talking about, or a topic that Brandon might want to talk about, it might go hand in hand with what I want to talk about, or whatever, vice versa. So, you know, it always seems to work out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask y'all this, and this is kind of an off the cuff question, because, you know, y'all notice a lot of dudes up over here. So do y'all think people come, you know, to actually listen to what's going on, or they coming down there because Lady Topaz is on the screen?
No, we
I'll say
have
both. I'll say both.
edutainment.
I say
Brandon
both.
already knows.
Both.
Stop it.
It's both. It's both.
Third, really? So Brandon rubbing off on you. All right. No, we have edutainment. They come down there for the education and the entertainment. It ain't. And anyway, so the women, why do they come down there?
Oh, so do y'all have what's your audience? Is your audience
Actually,
mostly men or mostly females?
Nah, I'm glad you asked that. So, from what I understand, and Topaz, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but majority of our fans and supporters and subscribers, listeners tend to be women. You know, from what I understand. Am I correct on that, Topaz?
I'm looking right now. I'm looking up the analytics.
Yeah, because I mean, that's last time I remember checking. That's what it seemed like to me. I know definitely for sure, like so I'm not to say that men don't support us, because they do, but I know for sure we tend to have a lot of women support us, and you know, whether it's men or women, you know, we salute them and we appreciate them. You know, so
Wait, no, that's who's in. The women are in the chat. So the analytics say that our subs are 71% male, 28% female. So the women are just more vocal.
okay.
Dun,
What
dun,
about
dun,
what about as far as like who actually like support the show though, like who actually donate to the show?
So ages 25 to 34 is half of our audience, and then it's split, you know, again for people that are older, and then it's 87% people in the United States. Let's see.
Because to me, I'm just saying this to me, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected. But to me, it just seems like to me that majority of the people that's hit the cash app or, you know, support our show tend to be women. You know what I'm saying? Not to say
Right.
that men don't support it. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So
because you brothers know how it goes over here. I mean, you know, it's a female up on the screen.
Yep.
So you already know what it is. That's why I asked that question,
Hey, I
because
just seen the most red pill dudes come over there talking to Topaz. They all love Topaz,
Yep.
so I ain't trying to hear none of that. You see them in the chat right now. Larry Rose, Joe W. I think what May say he got
Get
blocked.
out of there, Brandon. Get out of there.
What Mace say? What Mace got blocked?
But no, he ain't got blocked. He got timed out. I was trying to
Nah,
see
he
what
got
he said.
timed out by the robot. You know, the robot's sensitive as hell, so you know.
yeah, the bot will warning public service announcement. Don't piss the bot off. Don't. It's out of control. There's no way I can control it, especially once the stream has started. So if you don't want it to decapitate you, just be cool, because it's really out of control. It's just out of control, y'all. I don't know what else to say.
And I gotta
like
say this also, you know, another thing about Lady T is also Topaz. She when guys come over, like I see guys come over there from the red pill side, and they say a lot of stuff about women, and she don't be emotional, all like you can't say that about women. Like she'll listen, and you know, and sometimes she even try to you know, go back and forth with the fella, but you know, it's nothing but respect, you know, and she could definitely understand the truth, whatever the truth comes, or something she disagree with. But for the most
oh
part, she
yeah,
don't. She not on that. You know, some of these women be.
Yeah, I've seen Lady Topaz in some of the places that I frequent, and Lady Topaz is not thin skinned. I
Oh no, no.
I've seen her.
Well,
I saw her down at Sir Ism's, you know, my brother
oh,
Ism. I saw
Oh,
her
she be over
down
there.
there. So
Oh,
yeah, because
like,
you know why? Because I like
Yeah,
going back
she
and
be
forth
over
with
there.
Ism.
She be over there. She be over there in the Macosphere. Yeah, man. Yeah,
yeah,
what?
you
great.
there.
I ain't know that.
You,
That's just
yeah,
new to
you,
me.
Yeah, man, no, because I have to stop him. You know, you got to stop Sir Ism. He just be acting up. So
yeah.
you got to,
You,
you got to cut him out.
yeah,
Make him
you
not
can't
do that.
yeah, you can't be a thin skinned lady and be down at Ism spot. I mean, not there. Yeah, that's not the place for the that's not the place for the thin skinned women. It's just
And to
not the
your
place.
point, T.P.O.T, I think that's one of the main reasons why we put her down on the team with us is because number one, like you said, she isn't thin skinned. She's definitely a good sport, you know what I'm saying? And you know, she always had something interesting and unique to add to the conversation. And like Brandon said, she's definitely respectful to the brothers or whatnot. And so it was kind of like, well, damn, okay, like, okay, she has all these great qualities. Okay, let's put her on the team, and you know, we ain't got to worry about, you know, her coming in on no disrespectful type of stuff. We ain't got to worry about her like derailing the conversation, and like, you know, she's very focused. She sticks to whatever the topic is and whatnot. And like I said, you know, she definitely is somebody that definitely adds to what we got going on. So yeah, man, you know, definitely.
So
Oh, well, thank y'all.
let me ask you something, Lady Topaz.
Okay.
Why are you not why are you not thin skinned? Like, you know, I know it's probably a stupid question, but you know, why are you not, you know, because you know, women get up on these panels and you know, they usually get into it with one of the brothers if one of the brothers say something, you know, that they don't like or whatever. I mean, why are you not one of those? Why have you one of the many women? Because there's quite a few, because there's a few that come on my channel from time to time. They're not thin skinned either. Why are you not the thin skinned type? Like it have to do with your upbringing, your education, what?
Probably both. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I guess if I had to guess, I would just say like when I'm listening to what it is that the person is saying, it has to make sense for me to even feel it. So if there's anything that they're saying and I can pick it apart, that's just my default for some reason. I'm gonna tend towards picking their argument apart because I want them like to stop talking. For some reason, I feel like that's the solution. If I want them to stop talking, I have to pick apart their argument so that way it won't even make sense if they try to keep going.
Hmm.
I guess solution focused. I don't know. That's my guess.
Okay. So let me ask all of you, what do you think about the state of YouTube, you know, like black YouTube, from what you see in the channels that you watch? Like, I mean, what's y'all take on it? What do y'all think?
Negativity, drama, beef. That's what I see a lot of times. But I see brothers do positive, positive topics like rarely nobody go over there and try to listen. Like let's say if a
Right.
brother used to have 300 or 400 people watching live, let's just say it's something about drama about women or another YouTuber, everybody over there. But as soon as he say, hey, let's how to get money, how to invest in Bitcoin or Dogecoin or something like that, it's like 30 people watching. So I just say it seems like negativity is what we gravitate to the most, and I can't really
Right.
blame the YouTubers. The supporters. We go over there. Even I go over there sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, but that's just it's entertainment. It's just entertainment for some reason.
Yeah, we all like a good car wreck.
Right.
Exactly.
So what do you think, brother Third Ward? What's your take on this whole YouTube internet thing?
I actually got to pretty much echo what Brandon said. I definitely noticed everything that he said to be true. A lot of times when you're doing positive or uplifting content or anything that's not drama related or whatever, it tends to not get a lot of views or financial support. However, as soon as you do a stream beefing with another YouTuber, calling out somebody, doing, the F you this and F you that type of stuff, that gets all the views, that gets all the likes, the shares, that gets all the donations. And it's just like, I kind of feel like, well, damn, as black folks, are we so stuck on drama and foolishness to the point to where, you know, we won't actually support something that's actually, you know, that's different and that's outside of the realm of just, you know, effery or drama or beef or whatever. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Don't get me wrong. Look, I don't want to sit up here and try to act like I'm a hypocrite. Don't get me wrong. Every now and then I watch those streams too, and I get, you know, entertainment out of it like anybody else. And I laugh and watch it. But, you know, I've always said this, our channel, this is why I wanted our channel to be the opposite of that, because I felt we, you know, when we came to the table and we came together to start this new channel, you know, we was like, you know, we could have done what everybody else did. We could have did the whole drama, calling out people, you know, doing the foolishness and the effery, and we could probably would have right now more subscribers, more views than what we have. But, you know, we kind of was like, you know, why make another one of those channels when there's so many of those type of channels in this particular Black YouTube sector space? We would just be we would be one of many channels that's like the same. And we was like, we want to be different, we want to be unique, we want to stand out, bring something new, original, and just something refreshing. So I was like, let's stay away from the drama, let's stay away from the personal attacking people, beef, calling out people by name and all this stuff. Let's just, you know, do something that's more fun, more uplifting, more, you know, entertainment, but something that's also educational, something that, you know, informational, and something that kind of feels like, you know, like a family vibe to it, something, a place where people can come and just chill, be themselves, and not have to worry about getting scolded or getting, you know, harshly criticized for whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what made our channel unique and different, and what made our channel stand out from everybody else's. Because like Brandon said, it's too many drama channels and too much, you know, foolishness on here for us to just make another one of those channels, because it would be just like everybody else. So that's what I would say on that.
And not to put your channel on blast or nothing like that, brother Xavier, but remember you was doing a whole doc series. You know, you had another brother that was a church and he was a pastor and a doctor, right? It was on Thursday, I believe, or Wednesday.
Oh yeah, last week, Dr. Neal. Dr. Neal.
That was a good conversation, by the way, about the church, you know, the Black church and all that. But it was like, what, like 8 people watching. But as soon as you have big, you know, a debate or a roast or something, everybody over here, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's to be expected. You know, I mean, I do what I do because, to be honest with y'all, to be totally honest, I put the stuff on that I like more than anything else. I mean, you know, people that I want to talk to, those are the people I have a tendency to, you know, bring through. I mean, the debates are one thing, you know, but usually, you know, I'm kind of putting stuff on, you know, because I want to have a conversation with the person, because I want to see what the person is. So, I mean, you know, just a little secret right there. You know, that's what I kind of do. So it's to be expected. Now, I'm not going to be one to get up here and say, oh, man, I don't do anything for views. That's BS. Because if you weren't doing it for views, you would just be making the videos and keeping them on your computer. You wouldn't be putting them on YouTube. You put them on YouTube. Exactly. Yes, exactly. You know, you show them to your family, you know, on the holidays. I mean, you know, if you're putting them on YouTube, you want people to look at them. I mean, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. You know, I don't think anything's wrong with that. It's just that I'm a true believer that most of the stuff on YouTube is purely entertainment. So, you know, I try to, you know, entertain myself most of the time. You know, I'm just pretty much entertaining myself, to be honest. You know, and hopefully, you know, y'all don't stop watching me because I said that, but that's kind of what it is. So, you know, and I notice about what y'all do down there, man. Y'all don't, you know, y'all not necessarily following the trends or talking about everything that everyone else is talking about. You know, I mean, I think there's room for difference and a change of thought on YouTube. I think there's room for that. And, you know, y'all are one platform that I think, you know, emphasizes that. So, I mean, and that's the trend I'm going to be following over here. And, you know, like I said, man, you know, we can make this a thing, man. You know, we can hang out, you know, once or twice a month if y'all want. You know what I mean? So,
And I would say this too. I agree with everything you just said. We would like to get more views. We would like to be, get more subscribers and all that, more support. Of course, everybody wants to have more support, more views, more subscribers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I will say this: us personally, we're not doing this to be the most popular in this space. We're not doing this to be, for cloud or anything like that. We doing this because, like I said, we wanted to give something to this space that was definitely unique, original, and something that's different and kind of like, refreshing. Because, like I said, there's too many, beef channels. There's too many of these type of channels in this space. So it's like we wanted to be a channel that was like one of one or like one of few. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to be like everybody else because I felt like had we done that and went down that same road, we would just get lost in the shuffle amongst all these other channels. And why would people listen to us do the beef and all that stuff when there's plenty of other channels that, provide that, and these are bigger channels, bigger name people than us. So why would they want to listen to us talk about drama and beef when they can just get it from the next person that's bigger than us? So we said, what is it about us that's going to make us unique, different, and stand out, and something that we can bring to this space that's different? And I was like, well, let's bring our chemistry, let's bring our unity to this space, and just our fun personality. And I think people already had seen, the way we get down before we had even started. They seen how close and just how united we was with one another, and just how cool we was with one another. And, they seen that, now you've seen that like live on air, and it's like, I feel like the type of chemistry and the bond that we have, I feel like it's not something that's manufactured. It's something that's very organic and original, and it's something that can't be bought or duplicated. It's just something that it is what it is. It's original, it's authentic, it's organic, and that's what the people are seeing, and that's why the people that do rock with us, they rock with us or whatever. So I just think we're going to keep continuing to do that, and like I said, we're just going to continue to try to grow and build and try to just come with more unique conversations, topics, and perspective on things. And that's kind of like what we really want to do.
Yeah, plus y'all are a group, man. That itself, is a unique thing, because there's not too many, quote unquote, groups, on YouTube, not as many as it used to be, so the fact that y'all are a group, man, that itself, makes it, makes what y'all do down there unique, man. And, like I said, man, y'all got real good chemistry down there. And, hey, man, I wish y'all all the best, man, because, like I said, it's needed, man. It's needed to have a little change of thought, a change of ideas, I mean, it's needed, especially in these days and times, man. It's absolutely positively needed. And not only that, man, it's good to look on a screen, man, and actually see Black folks getting along. That in itself is great to me.
That's one of my biggest issues of the group of the space, is that we don't get along. And I wanted a channel where we all Black men, Black women, different from different cultures, whatever, we come together and have a discussion. Whether we agree or not, we gonna all disagree to agree respectfully. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And y'all need to get on down there, damn it, your Black asses, and subscribe. Because if you don't, I will haunt your old Black ass mama in her dreams tonight.
So I'm gonna clip that. It's gonna be on the next show, X. I'm just telling you.
Hey, man, that'll be classic. That'll be classic.
Get on down there and subscribe to For the Record TV, folks. There is the link in the chat. Get on down there and subscribe to my folks. Check them out. Go down there, support them. And you might look up one day and see old X down there talking shit. You might.
Oh, that'll be classic.
I mean, that'll be classic. That'll be dope. We would definitely encourage that.
Speaking of mamas, did you hear about that girl that got I guess she got over 100K for leaving her kids at the home motel?
Yeah. Oh my God, man! The things that I've seen the last couple of weeks on media is just insane.
That's insane to me. That's insane to me.
It's the girl with the Gorilla Glue. I'm like,
hey, we just talked about that today, X. We just talked about the Gorilla Glue.
Jesus.
If you want to catch that, go look at that last stream we just did not too long ago.
Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer. I use Gorilla Glue. You know what I use Gorilla Glue for? I use Gorilla Glue.
Things that are permanent.
Yes, I use Gorilla Glue to attach plastic to steel.
Still,
steel to
exactly.
wood.
Thank you, brother.
I
X.
mean,
Thank you. I thank
I
you for.
use it.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, there's no way this chick put, because see, one thing about Gorilla Glue that people don't know is that lots of it, I mean, certain types of it doesn't, but most Gorilla Glue, it activates with water. It
Oh.
activates with moisture. So when you put the glue on, and if you apply moisture to it, it basically turns into a brick. The water causes it to turn into something else. You know, it changes color in the whole nine. So if she put water on top of it after she used it, I know the top of her head just turned into like a brick.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it just turned into a brick, man. That's what happened. Her shit was a brick. So there's no removing it, because one thing about it, you know, it's designed to be permanent. And the only thing that you can probably use to kind of break it free is like penetrating oil, or maybe you might can get away with using some Gooby Gone, you know, so you have to use other chemicals just to loosen it up. Because that's what I was telling my wife. I said, shoot, she can call me. Should I spray some damn penetrate oil on her shit? That'll that'll break that
But
shit
a
up.
black man, a black plastic surgeon invented something to get it out of her head.
Wow.
So that's our black history. We still got more inventors.
Yeah.
Helping the woman with a weave.
Yeah.
But no,
Hey, well, listen,
that,
I'd rather him do it than other people.
speaking
Yeah.
like I was saying, like you were saying about the space, you know, negativity is like also, you know, we put our money to stuff that doesn't make no sense. Like, well, like there's girls out there right now. We want to give some money to some women or something. At least make sure she's going to college, doing something with her life. They gave this
Yeah.
girl over $100K, and you know that's another thing. They always talk about black folks don't have money, but we do have money to support dumb stuff, in my opinion. That didn't make
Oh,
no
yeah.
sense. They could have gave the money to the kids, you know, and made sure the father, because the kids are right now with the dad right now. They could have gave money to
Yeah.
him, but they want to give it to her. It's like she was irresponsible with it. She's gonna be irresponsible with the money, spend it on nonsense.
Wait,
Well,
the lady that left her kids in the hotel room was at work.
yeah.
At the
So
motel,
She
yeah,
did
in the
go to
cold.
work, but
no, she worked at a pizza shop, and so she left her kids in the hotel so that she could go to work. So that's way different than the GoFundMe that was the Gorilla Glue chick.
Yeah, but
I disagree with that. If
why?
you leave your kids at a motel, that's irresponsible right there.
Yeah, why should we give her 100 stacks? Why
Exactly.
should she get 100 racks? You know, because of that, because she, you know, left the babies alone. Like
Well,
I don't
I
think
feel
that's
like she should have
deserving of.
got free child care, but I didn't give her 100 stacks. Now, why did people just keep pouring money in? Probably because, you know, if somebody else did it, then everybody wanted to jump on the bandwagon, and that's how that kind of stuff takes off. But what she needed was free child care. I hope that she's going to use this 100 grand to pay for a babysitter, to get them a stable place to live, and also for her education, so she don't have to work in a pizza place anymore. Not that there's
But what's
anything
weird to
wrong
me
with that.
is that, but that's what's weird to me is that the kids are with the father, so the kids could have been with the dad. I got the feeling that she never wanted them to be with the dad or something. It had to be something.
Well,
Yeah,
how do we know
that's
that
what
the
it
dad was
sounded like.
around? Like, you know, they get to call, they have to find fathers, you know, CPS can do that.
Well, they found him.
So, yeah, they did. They found him. So, how do we
He
know that
took
he
him
was
in.
involved? Did he know that this was happening? Did he know that she was
Isn't
leaving the kids there?
isn't isn't he the one that called because he couldn't get in contact with her and he didn't know? I'm not too familiar with the story, but from what
That's
I
what they're. Oh,
understand, he was the one that called, right? Because he couldn't get in contact with her. He wanted to know where the kids were or something like that. Is that what I'm thinking? Because if that's the case, it's
If
I
that's the
gotta
case, then yeah, then she needed to accept the
yeah.
help that he was trying to do. So, I don't
January
know
man
if
said
that was
the dad called the cops. January man said the dad called the cops. So hey, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
well I'm
Support the father.
I'm
Don't support the mother.
yeah,
Lock her ass up.
yeah, I'm
I
with
don't, I
yeah.
brother
don't know
Brandon.
why they got
I'm
getting
with
all this
brother
praise.
Brandon on this one. Yeah, I'm with brother Brandon on this one.
let me say
I'm with-
let me say this. I guess on topic with the whole, you know, mama leaving her kids in the hotel and with the whole Gorilla Glue chick. My thing is this: I feel like as Black folks, I feel like we have a really bad habit of rewarding dumb, stupid, behavior and just the wrong things. We reward people who do stupid shit or wrong type of behavior, type of situations. But I feel like the people that do the right thing and the people that actually are move smart out here and don't do dumb stuff, I feel like we ignore them or we overlook them. But like anytime somebody doing something stupid
Right.
that we deem to be entertaining or funny or hilarious,
Hey, we reward bad behavior.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Bottom line.
saying. Like we reward it with money, we reward it with attention, like shares. It's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? And they wonder why, we are behind in certain aspects compared to, other races of folks. It's like, we don't, all these other races of folks don't, like, for instance, like, out here where I'm at, I don't see white folks, celebrating I guess you would quote unquote their, trailer park counterparts and stuff like that, and the dumb stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I see us, promoting all this foolishness and all this foolery, and it's like, what do we get out of that? You know what I'm saying? We get nothing out of that at all, and all we do is just, we look stupid doing that, and it's like, I feel like we just regress ourselves backwards when we do that.
Hey, Xavier, I don't know if you remember what happened what's going on out there in Texas. You heard about what's going on, the winter storm everybody went through over there.
Yeah, man. I
there
got a couple people down there. I've been calling to check on them, man, to make sure they're all right.
That was a sad situation. But it was a mayor named Tim Boyd. He was a former mayor of Colorado City, right? And he was basically giving out his opinion, saying people shouldn't be expecting handouts. They should help themselves, help their family. Part of me agree with that, what I'm saying. But if you're the mayor, you got to help the people. That's what they voted you in for, and that's what they paying their money, taxes, all that goes to you. So you got to support the people.
Oh yeah.
Well, the definition of crisis.
But I was going to say also, to go to third ward's point, was that majority of those people in that city is white. So as white folks, poor areas, complaining about the government not helping them, he was like, I'm tired of y'all get y'all lazy ass up and go help yourselves, help your own family. See, they don't treat their poor people, their poor white folks, they don't hand them stuff out. You got to work for it. For us, we got to be bending knees, got to try to help this sister out, this brother, this knucklehead out, trying to help them, uplift them to do better. It's like, no, you got to do it on your own. You can't always expect other people to give you handouts.
Okay, so hold on, Brandon, because here's the thing. Now, that mayor, right, of Colorado City, that's all well and good, except for when it's a crisis. When it's a crisis, that means conventional ways of doing for yourself aren't available. Now, should you have prepared? Yes. But at some point, even if you prepare, your preparations are going to run out as well. That's why it's called a crisis. Otherwise, it's just an unfortunate, incident. Now, I do believe that we as a Black people help people for dumb things. We have a thing in our culture where you buy what you want, you floss and have way too much fun, and then you beg for what you need. So I am, supportive of if we have a new movement in Black culture, because that's what I talk about a lot is what would it look like if we were to design Black culture the way we want it? We're not helping with stuff that if you had, first of all, the pawn shop take Jordans, okay? So if you spend all your money on Jordans and your rent is due, yes,
Jordans.
Yes, they take shoes, they take purses,
I
they
did
take
not know
all
about
kinds
the
of
shoes.
stuff.
I did not know about that. I know jewelry and games and TVs, but shoes too.
Yeah, like it'd be regular boots in there, like that you could get from Macy's or something. It don't be no high-end boots. It'd be regular boots in there going for like $10.
Who is
Now I've
buying
never done
you
it.
shoes? Who is buying you
I've
shoes?
never done it because I don't want to, have used clothing like that. But they do it, so that means you have an option, and you shouldn't have bought the other thing in the first place. You should have took care of your needs. So I'm not helping with that.
I'm about to go to the pawn shop and pawn my old Jabot jeans.
They got consignment shops too, where you can put things on consignment, or either they have these little places around here, at least in Houston they do. They have these places where you can sell old clothing that's like name brand or whatever, and they'll you just sell it to that store, and then other people go in there and they buy it like secondhand clothing or whatever. So you can get money. If you spent all your money on something dumb, you're not going to get the same price for it, but you can gather up some stuff, gather up all that stuff you used to try to make me feel bad earlier this week, but my rent was paid and yours wasn't. So even if I did have it, I ain't helping. That's why I'm being a little bit more stern.
So you're down there? You're down there, Lady Topaz?
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm
have
from.
you been affected? Have you been affected by it? You're there too, brother Third?
Well, actually, I'm from Houston, but currently, right now, I'm actually living in the tri-state area. But I have
Oh,
family
okay.
down there, and I actually been speaking to them this whole time since this whole incident has been going on. I actually had a couple of aunts of mine, their pipes busted or whatever, but thank God they had home insurance and all that stuff, so all that stuff will be getting taken care of. But yeah, it's been a unfortunate situation for people that's living in Houston, family friends of mine. So I talked to them, they've shown me pictures, and yeah, it's definitely been an unfortunate situation for them.
Yes, sir. And Ted Cruz was out of there. He said, "I'm finna hop on the plane, get my family out of here.
With
We ain't
his
finna be freezing
grown
to death."
daughters. You flying with grown daughters who are going to party.
Yeah, he made it seem like these some little kids. He was like, my little girls,
Yeah.
they want to go to Cancun.
He
They
wanted
want
to duck that ice storm. He was ducking that
Yeah,
ice storm.
and he said, I was being a good dad. No, you wasn't, because a good dad, right, would have been here doing their job while your grown daughters go get their party on. And how is it you had gas for this plane or whatever, but other people ain't got no power and electricity? And they
Well,
took pictures of him at the airport.
well, one thing I would have said, at least I would have sent my kids out, my family out, make sure they're safe, and make sure that my people safe in the city, or wherever city I'm running for, a candidate for. So I make sure my people good too. So you got to be a
Right.
leader. So I think the people of Texas should go ahead and give them the boot, get them out of here.
I've been ready for
Absolutely.
Ted Cruz to go.
He ain't gonna be around long. But let me read this super chat from Brother Laro. Appreciate that. Brother Laro, the $10 super chat. He says, Bro X, if I ever get a divorce, my next date will be at the turkey leg hut with somebody you're interviewing.
OMG. Laro is hilarious.
Uh-oh. I see Lady Nicole in the house. Lady Nicole, when you coming back? I need you back.
Oh yeah, Nicole Ali.
Ask the doc, Lady Nicole. I need you to come back through. I need you to come back through, Lady Nicole. I'm putting you on the spot right now. When you're coming back? When are you coming back through? Well, when you think about those type of things, right? We talk about black folks rewarding other black folks for stupid stuff, right?
Right.
I think the reason why we do it, because I think many of us, our mind state, not all of us, and probably not the majority of us, but I think a significant amount of us, we have this thing that, I'm black, they black. Yeah, they did something stupid, but they did something stupid because they didn't know any better. They did
Gorilla
something
Glue?
stupid
Gorilla
because
Glue?
they
Come
were.
on, Xavier.
I'm not saying I think that.
I know, but damn, Gorilla Glue, we feel sorry for these people. This dumb bitch put some damn Gorilla Glue in her hair, man. No, ain't no sympathy for this bitch. No, excuse my language, but
I think they just believe. I think they got it in their mind that, hey, this person didn't know any better. They need us to look out. And I think what happens is, man, we kind of sympathize. We kind of sympathize with people, man, even though they do something stupid. Because I think a lot of people look at it and be like, oh, yeah, I probably would have done that too. I think that's what it is,
I
man.
probably wouldn't have done that. I'm not gonna take no.
See,
I would have not
I think
done that.
that point goes to the other lady, the mother that left her kids. Like, we all grew up with, single mothers, and some of our mamas had to do what they had to do. Some of them had to leave their kids to go work. That is true sometimes, but that's not a good thing to do, because anybody kick down that door and get your kids, rob, whatever. So that's not a good thing to do as a parent.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got no money, no support, you don't need to be having kids. That's one thing I love to preach about, telling these the black youth, stop having kids at a young age. Get them when you're older and established, when you're stable.
Yeah. Don't be having kids. It's not like I would tell people to not have children, but I will tell people to not have children when your black ass is broke.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you even, like, I wouldn't be able to even entertain somebody to be even thinking about having any kids if I'm broke. I don't I feel like I would have other things that I need to be focused on, but you know.
Yeah. You
I'm
know,
just saying, you
I
got a
think,
whole life ahead of you. You got stuff to do before you have kids. You know, but people want to be
see,
grown. These young kids, they want to be grown nowadays. So it's like you can't really tell them nothing now, I guess.
yeah, when you see people do irresponsible things, I mean, and take it from me, a mechanic, putting Gorilla Glue on any part of your damn body is just unbelievably irresponsible. All right, it's that because Gorilla Glue is a chemical. It's not like it's not like an Elmer's glue, that you use when you're a kid and gluing paper mache to cardboard. No, Gorilla Glue is a real life chemical that activates with water. So I mean that's something incredibly irresponsible. I don't know what the chick was thinking. I have no idea. I guess it was more important to have her hair done than to take the time out to figure out that this is a chemical that mechanics like me use on a daily basis, to stick aluminum to steel and wood to steel and steel to steel and plastic to steel and that's kind of what we use it for. Yeah, we use it for that. I got a case of that shit in my damn garage right now. So when I heard that, I was like, man, is this chick out of her mind? Because when I first saw it, I was like, boy, they're going to have hell getting that out because the longer it sits, guess what? The more it cures. It cures over time. I mean, when you first put it in, it's kind of mushy and tacky and soft. It's tacky like wet paint. But after about an hour, 2 hours, it's fully cured and you can't move it. So,
A
I
good point
mean,
was brought up on the show is that, like, as Black women, we need to not always think that it's a necessity to gel your hair down to where it doesn't move. What's so wrong with flyaways from time to time? What's wrong with just wearing your hair without all of the glue and everything designed to make it slick like that?
Natural,
No
very
one's hair is
natural.
actually like that. It's supposed to blow in the wind for a reason. It's made that way. So we need to stop the obsession with trying to have our hair just stick bone straight and stuck to your head like that. That's not even, it's not natural.
yeah.
There was a
Ah,
brother that also he gorilla glued a cup on his face, on his mouth or something.
yeah.
Right after
Yeah.
that,
Saw that
just to
too.
say, I think she
Saw
lying.
that too.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
I'm like, this dude, he must not be familiar with mechanical chemicals either. Because the last thing you want to be doing is putting damn gorilla glue on. Well, like I said, you don't want to put gorilla glue on any part of your body. You definitely don't want to be putting that crap on your mouth. You
Yeah.
definitely don't want to be putting it
How
there.
about just nothing chemical? We like, okay, so we can't in one breath say that we're mad because we think people are putting stuff in the food or whatever, and then you are applying chemicals to your body. Those two things, they're both supposed to not happen. So
Yes.
Not only
nothing
that,
chemical being put on your skin or your body, none of that.
not only that, I think the Tesca chick, the chick who put the Gorilla Glue in her, I think she knew very well what she was doing. I just think that again, we so a lot of I guess ignorant Black folks. We tend to be we want to get all this unnecessary attention for doing dumb
That's what we
shit and
cater to. Yeah.
yeah, doing dumb shit and just stupid stuff. And it's like, you know very well what you was doing. You know damn well that Gorilla Glue is not intended for hairstyle purposes. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I've said this before, but anytime you buy any kind of hazardous chemical product, whether it's in the store or hardware store, wherever, on the back of the damn item it has a thing that says this item is not used for these intended purposes. It's used for X, Y, and Z. And to me, she just did this for extra attention. Just to get a name out there and to get popular. And then also, what comes with that is, again, like I said, as Black folks, we want to get paid and we want to donate to dumb shit and the stuff that isn't productive at all. And it's like, it's sad that we will donate money to a cause like her doing some dumb shit, like not having common sense enough to know not to use that on her hair, but we won't donate to stuff that's actually we should be donating to, which is stuff
Right.
that's actually more humble, more moral. But instead we're donating to like little goofy little stuff like this. And it's like, this is why our priorities are backwards, and this is why we tend to be stuck in in one particular situation. So
Yeah. Do you think it was a choreographed attention grab? I mean, I guess she wanted to
oh
get her
yeah,
hair done, but like you said,
I mean,
you know,
for the Gorilla Glue girl, it worked for her benefit because she's selling
yeah.
merchandise. She got T-shirts and stuff,
Yeah,
and
she got
she
yeah,
got
exactly. She got
he
yeah, she
says
got
she's
hey,
selling
oh
merchandise.
no, this
yeah,
we can't
yeah,
make
No,
she
she
got
got
merchandise
t-shirts
out
for
there.
yeah,
real.
she got t-shirts with her face on it that she's selling for like $20-$25 a pop, and people are buying
And
that
people
shit.
are
And
buying to this.
Of course
Yep,
they are.
yep.
Of course they are.
then
Of
you
course
know,
they are.
supposedly she didn't gain not only followers off of this and extra attention, but she didn't receive some kind of money for this.
She
I
did
guess
interviews. She did an interview
yeah,
with Ricky Smiley show. Not
yeah,
his show, but it's called something called Dish Network. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that. She was on
yeah,
that show.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
got interviews off of she's got money probably through like GoFundMe and stuff, and it's like, man, like, so we just will support anything
She's
that's
taking
stupid,
full
that's
advantage
wrong.
of this
But
opportunity.
wait,
Yep.
I'm
Exactly.
trying to figure out the people that's buying the t-shirts. Like, what am I going to like? Why is this a thing? Like, why do I have the need to have
Somebody
her
gonna walk
face and
around
Gorilla
with
Glue
something
on a
called
t-shirt?
right.
She's a
Somebody gonna walk
she's a
around with that shirt on.
she's a star.
Yeah, like,
She
where am I wearing this to and for what reason?
You
I
know
don't
what?
get it.
I just thought of something really something just popped up in my head. So you know how we in February still, this month was Black History Month. I wonder, is she gonna make Black History as the first dumbass to, put Gorilla Glue in her hair and actually monetize this situation and actually, come up off of this situation? I wonder if she gonna get any kind of slot in Black History Month. Because if she do, I'm done with Black History Month altogether. That's all I'm saying.
Now, listen, we may be bad, but I don't think we that bad. I mean, first of all, she ain't the first. And then
Shit.
second of all, no, look, you know how many people do dumb stuff and then they monetize it afterwards? Like, it's happened before. So she ain't the first one, but I hope we ain't finna put, like, she is not a Black history pioneer. I'm sorry. We not gonna big up that to other
May-
cultures. We gonna act like this ain't even happened. We gonna laugh for 2021 and 2022. We on something bigger. That's my
maybe
hope.
maybe it's like what Brother Laro said in the chat, that she just, jail just stopped working. So, the
She
jail wasn't
said
working, so
that
she had to
she said she ran out of her regular jail and her son had her car, and so she was in a rush, so she wanted to go ahead and have that done before he got back. See, this is what I'm saying. That don't make no sense. None of that makes any sense. She's not making it better. She need to just stop doing interviews because she's not making it better.
Hey, Xavier, did you hear about
Go
that?
ahead.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, brother.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you hear about it? Speaking of Black History Month, you heard about that Nigerian? I guess he's running to be governor for Michigan, and he was saying that we should put an end to Black History Month.
Yeah, I heard that too. And
Like,
of
part of me,
course
I don't
he's
agree with that, but
gotten
it's like,
skewered for it. He's gotten
yeah, he
skewered
did.
for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't agree with what he said, but it's like, there's other people that got their own histories. Like, you got the Hispanic History Heritage Month. They got their own stuff too. So, you're gonna go after everybody. Go ahead. Don't just go after Black folks too.
Yeah. Especially being that you're a Black person.
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say that. Like,
Being
you came over
person.
here and then you now want to come over here and change what we going through. Who told you was, that you had an opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, Brother
Right.
X, the most insulting thing about the whole Gorilla Glue chick, the most insulting thing is, shout out to Joe W in the chat, is she's actually a school teacher. So my thing is this: how the hell was she smart enough to, be an educator and teach little kids, lessons or whatnot, but you're not educated and smart enough to know not to fucking use Gorilla Glue in your head, and that it's not that kind of, it's not intended for hair purposes. Like, I don't understand in what world does that make sense. And like, this is why I say that I believe she did this for attention. She did this for a money grab and for, I guess, a little bit of sympathy or whatnot. But like, how the hell are you a teacher educating little kids or whoever you're educating, but you don't have enough common sense and education to know not to use that type of adhesive on your hair? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, from what I understand, to get your teaching license, all you need is a liberal arts degree. That's all.
Hey,
You know what? Good
this
point
ain't got
there.
nothing to
Good
do with
point.
liberal arts. No, she on her own. Don't do my college like that.
It's a liberal arts. But
I think somebody did say she's a teacher. By the way, she is a teacher.
No, she
She's
is.
laid off.
She's a teacher, and she got 5 kids too.
If I
Yeah,
was the parents of that school or just the parents of the kids in her class, I'm immediately removing my kids out of any of her classes. Like, no,
absolutely,
I do not want you teaching my
absolutely,
kid a goddamn thing. Like, sorry, nope.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you making those kind of badass decisions, you're probably not the best person to be educating a kid. You know, I mean, you're probably not the best person to have to have stewardship over children. Period. You know, if whoever her baby daddies is saw that, you know, they better be at the courthouse Monday, you know, filing for custody at this point. You
Well,
know,
and that was my
because
question is, what if a kid in her class, right? Like somebody was making fun of their hair and she's teaching, and so on the break the kid come to her crying and they ask her for her help and she had done this to somebody's kid. That's what's been standing out to me once I heard that she was a teacher. It's like I'm glad she did this to herself and not somebody's child, because I can only imagine what would happen.
yeah. Well, let me ask you, uh, Lady Topaz, because you're the girl up here.
Mm.
What what goes through your mind when you see these women doing this crazy nonsense? You know, and the way we see it a lot, it's all on the internet, it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, it's everywhere. I mean, what goes through your mind as a woman when you see this kind of nonsense? What do you think when you see it? Do you do does it
There's a heavy sigh, right?
Mhm.
Like there's a heavy sigh that begins off as like, okay, great. Now I'm gonna be asked about this. Like, so I already just like, if I wanted to, whenever I see these kind of things, I could just be like, listen, don't come ask me about this. That is her. She is on her own. No, nobody I know would have done nothing that stupid. Like that's not a good thing. So for me, it's just instant separation is what I see when I see these kind of things that go on social media. It's like, nope, keep that over there. I don't know why she would have done anything like that. I have nothing to do with that.
Claim your
She gonna
sister,
hold her
Topaz.
own
It's your
L by
sister.
herself.
Nah, claim your sister now. Come on now.
Mm-mm.
well,
You can't
well,
Mm-mm.
separate from her.
it's
Yes, I
often
can.
it's often said that you know women like yourself should be more outspoken when it comes to this kind of stuff. When these women are out here, clapping their butt cheeks while they got their 5-year-old son taping,
Mm-hmm.
putting gorilla glue in their hair, leaving their kids in the car while they go in the club, that kind of stuff. and
Right.
and and brothers will say, not that I speak for all brothers, but brothers will say that women like you who would never do anything like that, you ladies should be speaking out more. You should be calling them to the carpet just as much as the brothers do. What's your
I've been
take on
asked
that?
this before. Okay, so I've actually had this conversation with people before, and on here on YouTube. So this is my answer. I used to. But why do women, like, I would talk to them and try to get them to not do that? But why would they listen to me when there's still some dude in her face that's willing to say, "Oh, it wasn't that bad. Okay, well, we can move on. That's in your past." So why should she listen to me? See, women do listen to men, which I'll say matters way more than anything that I have to say. So as long as there are men saying to her, "Oh, well, it ain't that bad," and if she's yelling at you, she probably did something bad in her life. She ain't perfect either. Yeah, but not all mistakes are the same. So I would need more support from the same men that are saying for me to speak up, because I also used to speak up. And there were men that would tell me that I'm bitter, I'm jealous, all of this kind of stuff. Like, so I just stopped. And now I just separate myself out from it. And then there became this thing called the walk, right? Everybody hates when a woman says, "Okay, well, I would never do that." They hate that comment. So I just don't say it no more, and I just focus on me. I figure if y'all paying attention, you'll see the difference on your own, and I ain't gotta say it, and I can just live my best life. So that's why I stopped speaking out.
This one of the things I disagree with her on sometimes. Because I'll
Hmm.
be like, okay, if black women listen to us, then they'll stop wearing weed.
Because it's some other men that's your brothers in the brotherhood that's going around telling her, "Oh, you got long hair, don't care." No, she has bought hair. Okay, it's not long; it's bought. And what difference does it make about the length anyway? But there's men in her face telling her that this is a good thing.
Let me say this. I actually kind of agree with Brandon on this, and I'm going to say why. Because at the end of the day, I hear a lot of women, particularly a lot of sisters, say, when it comes to the whole weave thing and when it comes to just, or even like when I'm going out wearing certain things, a lot of times you'll hear women say, and particularly sisters, as we talking about here, you will hear them say things like, "Oh, we not doing it for you. We doing it for like other women." And that's what I've always found like really surprising is that it's almost like they get dressed up and put all this extension in their hairs and whatever else on their face or whatever to try to impress other women. It's kind of like they want other women to kind of like notice them and recognize them and not to be like, oh no, other women trying to hit on them. They just say, oh yeah, you look good, girl, and all this type of stuff. And it's like they more worried about what other women think about them than the men. And my thing that I never understood.
Those women are complimenting them based on, I know it's going to be a whole bunch of dudes that are going to like you. And to be honest with you, there are some friendships that only happen because other women see that this woman can get men, and so they want to be in her circle. So
we agree on that. Yeah, we agree on that.
Women get dressed up for other women, but if those women are choosing to follow your trend based on how much attention you get from men. So it's still men involved.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with no. You got it, Brandon. You got it.
No, I was just gonna say, y'all remember Blue Ivy? I guess she had a little afro out, right? And
right.
It was a bunch of black women going after that little girl. It wasn't black men saying that baby hair was nappy and all this. It was women. Same thing with the Olympic chick. I forgot her name. Gabby. I think it's Gabby Douglas. I think she had little coins in her. They say coins in the back of her head. They were flaming her just for wearing her natural hair. So it's not us that are saying we want women to wear this weave and blonde weave. It's y'all.
The old belief. Men now are embracing natural hair. Thank goodness, finally y'all done caught up. But women are still operating on that old belief. So when women are telling you your hair nappy, what they're really saying is, and you'll never get a man with that.
Well, let me say this. I've always, now I'm not going to sit up here and cap in front. I dated or messed around with women who had weave in the past? Yeah, I have. But my thing is this, and look, I don't care for the weave. I'm more of a natural person, but if let's just say I will deal with a chick with weave. Like my thing is, could you at least get you a weave that's more natural looking, at least close to your particular hair? Like when they get to doing all of these different colors that ain't their natural hair color, and then just these styles that don't fit their facial structure and how they look. That's when I'll be like, yeah, y'all going a little bit too far with it. But for the most part, like I said, I'm team natural when it comes to women. And here's the thing, and you tell me if you have heard this before, Topaz, since you being a woman on here. I've heard women, like I've told women in the past who I've dealt with, I'd be like, look, why don't you wear your hair like this? Why don't you wear it curly? Why don't you wear, the natural braids or whatever? And they'll say shit like, yeah, but I get tired of wearing them like that all the time. It gets boring. It gets basic. Yada, yada, yada. I want something new. I want something different.
Exactly.
The next thing you know, they putting some weave in it, some ugly ass wig on, and that's like, but that shit really ain't that cute. And then it's like, well, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when she say I'm not doing it for you, she already still trying to get additional attention. So you need to get rid of her anyway.
Oh, trust me, I do. I'm just saying this is what I've heard in the past. So and I just be like, so here I am as a man telling you what I think looks good on you, what I think looks sexy on you, but because you're tired of something that is your natural hairstyle or something that will look natural on you, you tired of it because you think it's the same thing, but yet you would rather put something in your head that don't look nothing like what you got in your head, and you would rather it be some artificial bullshit. But okay.
I will say, when I used to get extensions, what they're called, right? I did get the more black textured extensions. I never got just stick straight Indian hair. That to me was weird.
Well, you mean to tell me you didn't get the fiery red or the booger slime green? Colors?
No.
The
First of all, and the only time I ever
Yankee.
even dyed my hair was for a commercial. I got paid to do it. Other than that, it's always been my natural color, and I would get like the thicker versions of extensions. I never got like that
So no so no unicorn color hair
no,
on extensions then for you?
no, no.
Oh man, I thought she was one of those women that like.
So, Lady
Okay,
Topaz, you don't rock the yak, is what you're saying. You're
yeah.
anti-yak. You're anti-yak
Yeah.
woman, is what you're saying.
Well, actually, the hair texture that's our texture is the Yankee hair. But but I don't anymore. Right now, I'm natural. Now I will get it pressed straight sometimes. I'll get perm rod sets, or either I'll just wear my afro sometimes. So it's expensive but easier.
Yeah, the permit I never cared about, women doing that, but just the whole 30-inch yaki and Wookie weave, whatever they be doing, all the way down to their ass, I don't be feeling that.
Yeah, dragging the floor. That's a
Dragging
bit
the
too
floor, yeah,
much. Yeah, that's a
that's
bit
just
too
too much.
much. That's too much. That's way too much. But let me ask you brothers this, and I guess you can answer this too, Lady Topaz, if you want to. Do you think that we as brothers are we too critical? Are we too critical when it comes to women? Do we critique their hair too much? Do we critique
You talking about all
their
women, right? All
makeup?
women.
Yeah. Do we critique them too
No,
much?
no. I always say black men are the nicest. We the nice to our women. For
Facts.
example, when white boys like they make their women go to the gym every day, lose their weight. They don't care that woman just had a baby. You got to go to the gym, make sure you fit, looking good. Black men don't do that. We make sure she's nice and make sure we feed her and all this stuff. So no, we, if anything, we need to be more like other groups. If you ask me, a little bit more harsher.
Hey,
Mm.
I second Brandon's opinion on that. I've seen, like Brandon said, look, I deal with mostly black folks, but I do have friends of other races, and I could tell you being around them, seeing how they deal with their women and interact with their women. Hey, they don't play that shit. They don't play, Look, I'll say this: do white women and other races of women wear weave? Yes, or like some kind of hair extensions? Yes, but I will say from what I've seen, they tend to more or less get extensions or any kind of weave that kind of look more like their own hair color and hair texture. So I will say that. But what I will say is if they come outside the house and they supposed to be going somewhere with their man, with the wrong type of hair on their head or color or dress on or whatever, like they not putting up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? The men not putting a very stern, strict, and they might be upset about it, but eventually they just get with it and they just do what they got to do. But when it comes to the sisters, it's like when we try to be that way with them, try to tell them something, it's like, oh, you're not my daddy, you can't tell me what to do, and you being too controlling of stuff. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to give you some some healthy criticism, trying to tell you like what I think looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you. And it's like, if I'm your man, like I should be able to tell you that without you getting all in your feelings about it, and without you feeling some kind of way about it. It's like, it seems like everything that we tell them or try to suggest to them, it gets looked at as a personal attack on them, when it's like, no, it's not a personal attack. It's just me telling you what I think looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you. And then that's where the issue comes in, because it's like, well, how you gonna tell me what looks good on me? I'm a woman, yada yada yada. And then it just becomes this one big tug of war back and forth of what they feel versus what you think. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, yeah, that's kind of like how it ends up.
And that's crazy how you say that, third.
So,
When you talk about the hair, they be like, I'm a woman, I know about hair, but they go talk to the Asian man, the Arab man about weave every time.
Yeah.
Get out of there, bro. Get out of there.
You know what I'm saying?
You
They get the Asian man and the Arab man a pass.
Not
When
even
brothers
just
speak on it, it's like
not even just the
real men don't speak about hair.
wait a minute. Wait a minute though. Hold on. To add to that, Brandon, they don't give that same energy to their male hairdressers. But I'm gonna get out of there though.
Oh,
absolutely.
exactly.
Do you agree with that assessment, Lady Topaz? Do you agree with the brother's assessment?
Nope.
Well, I mean, I work in a field where I get to see different cultures, and I do think that they're correct. Black men are the nicest. They will actually stay on a date. I have had people come and tell me stories of where they were going on a date and they wore a hairstyle that, like, they cut their hair without telling the boyfriend, and the dude just walked smooth out and broke up with him over the phone from elsewhere. Like, other cultures of men are very, very critical towards their women. Black men are the least critical. Now, with that being said, y'all do say a lot, but I feel like, okay, well, y'all get to have y'all opinion. If I don't want to do it, then there's a consequence to that.
Bottom line,
Well,
Brandon, the only person that has the right to speak on black woman's hair and critique her looks is Fabio, her male hairdresser. Outside of that, nobody else is allowed to
it's
But
speak on it.
Fabio is telling us what men would like, anyway. So like that's the whole point of having a male hairdresser is you get the best of both worlds. He ain't gonna try to talk to you, like you not what he want. He just gonna make you look good for the men that he ain't looking at.
Well, if what you say is true, Lady Topaz, if what you say is true, that black men, brothers are, they're kind of the most easygoing and the most tolerant, of the things that their women do, as far as, hair and all that kind of crap. Why is it that there's the narrative of women that, the first thing they say, especially if you start talking about, hair and makeup and things of that nature, you know the line is white women do it too. So why is that narrative there if, coming from a woman, right? Coming from a woman, you're saying that the brothers are easier on their women than any other type of man. So why is the narrative out there that, oh, you black men are X, Y, and Z when it comes to women? Y'all don't do what other men do. Y'all criticize us too much. Y'all don't protect us. Y'all bash us, et cetera, et cetera.
Because those, in my opinion, are people who haven't learned that there's good and bad in everything. If you want a man that's not speeding off on you because he don't like the outfit that you picked out without telling you anything, if you don't want a man that's willing to leave you and your children the house but not one penny more in a divorce, like if you don't want a man that's that stern, then you're going to have to understand that other things aren't going to come. Like that attitude, that personality trait that other men in other cultures have, that's all of the stuff that you claim that you see their women going through, that it could never be you. You're right. Our men have chosen not to do that. So therefore, that's the good part, and then the bad part of that is you don't get to have other certain things. So like black men are more easygoing and more tolerant. Like a black man, he don't like your outfit, he might complain about it for the whole date, but he's still gonna go out with you. He's gonna be irritated with you. He's gonna let you know that his friends was roasting him all day. But
Not even
good
just
luck.
that. Not even
You
just.
ain't never
Not even
lied
just.
to you. Yo.
Not even just that. You know how many stories I've heard from homeboys of mine where they take a chick out to a nice little restaurant, or take out somewhere where to eat, right? And she going there with an attitude, with him. She giving an attitude to the waitress. You know what I'm saying? She up there, clowning, acting a fool, being all loud, acting like she ain't got no damn home training and stuff. And it's just sad that brothers would just sit there through it instead of just getting up and be like, you know what, I ain't dealing with this shit. You ain't finna be embarrassing me, having me look stupid.
Yeah, well, I think that's what gave rise to a lot of brothers over the course of the past, 10 to 15 years, especially the brothers on the internet, because brothers finally start to think that they could just come right out and tell black women the truth. And I think it's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, because I'm a true believer that if someone really cares about you, they'll just go ahead and tell you the truth. They're not gonna, make up stuff and spare your feelings, because sparing your feelings at the at the expense of the truth, I've never thought that to be a good thing. And I think what the problem is, especially when it comes to us as black people, we have a lot of outside things going on. We've got, white supremacy is on us. We were slaves. Black people, we can't do the stuff that other people do. We have all these things that come into it, when black people are dealing with other black people, which to me is insane. It's like if we're dealing with one another, the other outside forces should be irrelevant. But that kind of stuff always seeps into it, because see, when whenever something said about a black woman, the first thing a lot of women will do is they'll refer right to white women. They'll refer to white men. They'll refer to white culture. They'll say, "Oh, y'all have European beauty standards," which to me is insane because if someone is nice looking, they're nice looking. I don't think it's European, African, Asian, or anything else. If a person's nice looking or a person's not so nice looking, that's just is what it is. It often appears to me that, when it comes to women, especially black women, because that's what we're talking about, it's almost as if they want to tell you not to believe don't believe your lying eyes. Cause see, really, I'm beautiful, even though, you may think I'm ugly. So don't believe your lying eyes. Uh, don't believe your lying eyes about, this 35 inches of hair hanging off the back of my head. Don't believe your lying eyes about these fake contacts and this 20 pounds of makeup I got on my face. It's almost as if they want men to pretend that they're not seeing what they're seeing, in a
I
sense, to me.
I
Go ahead.
totally agree. And this goes to what Brandon had put in the chat not too long ago. It says telling the truth equals bashing. That anytime you speak your mind and tell the truth about, well, like you said, what you see and what you believe or whatever, it's like considered to be bashing. To me, I thought bashing was personally attacking somebody, calling them out their name, whatever, for no good reason. I didn't think me saying, "Hey, you look like a damn clown with that damn sun-kissed orange ass weave on top of your head." I didn't know that that's bashing somebody. But again, like you said, Brother X, it's like they don't want us to. It's like they want us to ignore what we see, and they don't want us to speak on it. But it's like no, it's like any real man, when he sees something, he's going to speak his mind on it. And if it's something that he feel like is going to bother him, or doesn't sit well with him, he's going to speak his mind on it. And it's either up to that woman to decide or not whether she wants to hear him out on that or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like they want us to just deal with whatever and not say nothing about it. But meanwhile, like you said, the white man or any other type of man could come and say that, and it's well, okay, and all this type of stuff. But it's like with us, it's like you're not supposed to have opinion. You're not supposed to say shit. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I just think there's I think there's a lack of a lack of self-awareness when it comes to this kind of stuff because, like you said, brother Third Ward, um, white men can say and do whatever they want to black women, and brothers aren't supposed to say anything. Brothers are just supposed to be thankful that a woman want to breathe the same air as him, let alone be within the same space or circumference as him, and God forbid she wants to spend some time with him. So y'all just need to be thankful for that and shut the hell up. That's how it kind of comes across. Um, because me, I don't think brothers are too critical at all. I think that brothers speak their piece because guess what? Women get to speak their piece all the time. Women can say whatever they want and no one's supposed to say anything. Now, people will tell you, they'll say, well, you can't compare yourself to women. Yeah, that may be true. But at the same time, something my old man used to say all the time was good for the goose is good for the gander. So if women are allowed to speak their piece, I don't think there should be a problem with men speaking their piece, especially if they're talking about something that's right in front of them, not making it up or, it's something that's right in front of them that they're seeing. I don't think that we should be censoring men in that regard. But let me ask all of y'all this because we're all on the internet and all on YouTube and all that kind of crap. Do you think there's ever going to be a time where the men, the men on YouTube and the women on YouTube, is there ever going to be a time where, there's not, that riff, that ripple, that angst, that animosity? Is it ever going to be a time where that's, where that's going to be the norm?
No. And the reason I say that is because here's the thing. It's all being put out there. These are conversations that used to take place in beauty shops and barbershops, far away from one another. Now you have the possibility of being able to see it, to hear it with your own ears. And you're going to have an emotion about it, and you're going to want to feel the need to say something about it. So, in the past, before social media, like enough men would have to do something for it to be a big deal. Then the women will respond and they decide what they're going to do. Then the men will respond to that. And so it had to all be actions, but that only got as far as, people could see it. On the internet, it has a greater reach, and so now you got people who have to do a certain reaction because they want to be seen in a certain way. They don't want to look bad in front of a bigger audience now. So
Mm,
I don't think that with the advent of social media, I don't think it's ever going to be a peace-loving time where there's no rift, because you get too much information. There's no barrier anymore.
mm,
And Topaz point, I was gonna say this is all new to a lot of women too. Like I've been hearing brothers, speak on women in the barbershops, like she said, everywhere. I'll be around a group of men, we playing basketball or something, but this is all new to women. So they constantly gonna be jumping on panels, going back and forth with brothers like, nah, it's you weak. That's why we doing what we doing. So it's always gonna be a thing where black men, black women going at it for some reason. The damage been done, like even
Right.
way before YouTube. Like you got hip hop. All this
yeah.
stuff, women and men going at it. So, even in the movies, like what's that one movie, Jungle Fever, where they was mad at the brother dating white women. This is all old. People think it's new, but that's why I say social media is really showing the real reality of it, of black men and black women not getting along. Not a lot of them, of course, there's some black men out there and black women that do get along.
And it's being required. Like if now, in the past, if you didn't have arguments with the opposite gender, then you didn't have to worry about this kind of stuff. You get to just stay in your life. If a dude did something on a date that you didn't like, it had to go through the proper channels of word of mouth. There wasn't a way to announce it to millions of people at the same time. So now that there is, well, now you have to do something back. And then you are not allowed to sit on the sidelines anymore, because people are dragging you into these arguments, requiring you to pick sides.
Yeah, I would say I back up everything that Brandon and Topaz just said, and I would say the reason why it's probably never going to be a time where black men and black women aren't going at each other's neck over difference of opinion on these type of topics is because of the main fact that, let's just be honest, as black folks, we love we love drama and we love controversy. This is why any type of channel, any type of social event that is very peaceful and is very calm, that tends to not get as much support and much love as something that's controversial, that's full of drama, foolishness, nonsense. And we kind of touched on that a little bit earlier in this interview, but that's why I believe it won't ever be like that. It won't ever be just a peaceful time on both sides. There's always going to be some kind of back and forth between black men and black women. I think the best thing for people to do is just try to find people that's more like-minded, like yourself, and people who kind of agree with things and see things the way you see it, and just try to link up with those people. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really the solution to all of this.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing. I was going to also say that's a thing about educated brothers and educated sisters do. Like they'll get with the bottom of the fruit, the lower the lower tier type of people and try to change them. No, you got to get with each other. In my
Yeah.
opinion, but people will say I'm trying to, pussy police or dick police. Nah, I'm just saying, we got to be with like-minded folks. In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to be labeled by somebody who you don't necessarily agree with. I mean, because I look at y'all group that y'all have, And I listen to the things that like Lady Topaz talks about, and a lot of people would call Lady Topaz. Y'all know what they would call her. They would
Oh
say
man.
she's a pick me because she and I'm not saying it in a disrespectful
No, I've been
manner,
called that
Lady
before
Topaz.
already. I've been called a mammy. It was a whole
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll say she's a pick me because she's up there with brothers, and she's not up there tearing them apart and calling them broke and all this other kind of nonsense, these ad hominem names. So they would describe her as a pick me. They would describe you brothers as a simp, because y'all up there with a Lady Topaz, and y'all not up there, giving her the business. Y'all actually work together. So I mean, that's kind of where we are. That's where we are. And that's definitely where we are when it comes to media. I mean, that's where we are. So, as far as media is concerned, you gotta kind of like, you gotta kind of work your way through the weeds. You got to work your way through the weeds all the time. And I think some of the some of the funner aspects of media have disappeared because that element exists. I think it was a little different back when, most of the people on YouTube just had videos of, the cat playing the piano and the dog on the skateboard. Now, there's live streaming, and there's beef, and there's sectors, and there's all this kind of nonsense added to it, because I say this all the time. YouTube is like The Sims. It's like The
Facts.
Sims.
Facts.
So yeah, it's like The Sims game. So you have that. You have people on here who, because let's be honest, there's many people on here that are deeply, deeply invested in this thing. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the people who make a living at it. I understand if you make a living on YouTube, you're supposed to be deeply invested in it because this is your job, this is your occupation, this is your employment. But you got people deeply invested in this shit, and this ain't their living, but the way they operate on here, they damn sure operate on here like it is, you know? So, you find yourself, trying to navigate through all that kind of crap. And like you brothers were saying earlier, you know, I find myself watching, some of the nonsense because let's be honest, some of the craziness is entertaining. All
Right.
right. I mean,
Facts. Facts.
some of it is entertaining, but you have so much of it now that it's kind of taken away, it's kind of taken away from, the good parts of, of media, you know?
Could I want to add something to what you were saying, Brother X, when it came to the whole, calling Topaz a pick me type thing, right? Well, I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. Most of the time, most of these women that label other women pick me's, they do that because they're mad that those women that they label pick me's are getting picked by men, and they're not getting picked by men. They're getting overlooked by men, especially the men
Oh,
that they actually want. So it's kind of like a shaming tactic in a way of them trying to make other women feel bad for getting chosen by the men that they want, to be like, oh, really? Like, oh, you're going to agree with him? Oh, you will pick me. You will pick me. Well, be that as it may be, at least I'm getting picked. You want to be picked, but because you don't want to admit that you want to be picked, because you don't want to get outed or get stomped to the curb or kicked to the curb by the sisterhood, you know, you're gonna forever be tied to them and let them make you feel bad about wanting to be chosen. But and it's like, it's stupid, because at the end of the day, the quote unquote sisterhood is not gonna pay your bills. The sisterhood is not gonna take care of you. And once you get old and lonely and start dealing with all these issues, who's gonna be there for you? 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be the sisterhood. It's gonna be your close loved ones, maybe family, maybe some friends, but more than likely it's probably going to be your man if you have one, if you get picked by one. And guess what? If you don't get picked by one, well, guess what? I guess your ass is just going to be there lonely without anybody to care for you. So, and that's what the sisterhood would never tell these women that try to shame, that tell the women that they try to keep, under their, I guess, their grasp in their eye and try to shame them from wanting to be picked by men.
But they're not even using the term pick me right. See, what it's supposed to mean is women who are doing underhanded, sneaky stuff, things that are wrong, just to have any type of man. Like if you want to date and you have a dream of being married, there's nothing wrong with you putting yourself in a position to be able to do so. That's called getting what you want. So I mean, when they call you pick-me's, when they call you mammies, all of these kind of stuff, they're not using the word right. So that's usually what I end up going to.
Oh, also,
And
real
a
quick,
mammy will
Brandon.
be a woman that's catering to white folks, anyways.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like that
I never
lady.
Exactly.
I
Real
never
quick,
understood why they use that, man. I mean, they're way off base when they're talking that
Hey,
mammy crap.
so did y'all
Right.
see that video that old white lady was spitting on that black woman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
and
That's
real
what you.
quick,
That's what I consider a mammy. That'll be a mammy in my opinion. But go ahead, David.
there's another secret that they didn't tell you. Look at the track record of the women that call other women pick-me's, and look at the track record of men they tend to usually deal with or have kids by, and that'll tell you everything that you need to know. Majority of the women talking about calling other women pick-me's for wanting to be picked by certain men and calling men dusties. Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you look at their man or their baby daddy, whoever they had a kid from, 9 times out of 10, they talking about the same type of man that they claim to hate, and those are the men that they usually have kids from. So when they say little things like pick me and dusty, I don't take none of those women seriously, because it's like you complaining about what you picked your whole life and what you dealt with your whole life. So it's like, how could I even take what you're saying seriously in the first place?
Yeah. Well, YouTube is the Sims. This is
Right.
the Sims. So, I tell people this all the time. I mean, I can get up here and tell y'all I'm a damn astronaut. The burden of proof is on y'all to prove
And all
that
you
I'm
gotta
not.
do, X, all you gotta do is get you a green screen, go buy you an astronaut suit from offline,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, you could be, oh, X is really an astronaut,
Yeah, I'm
So
sit right up in here, have the NASA suit on in the whole nine.
yeah,
So,
get you a green screen, all of that, man.
Yeah, the burden isn't on me to prove that I'm really it. The burden is on you to prove that I'm really not. So I mean, that's kind of where we are with media. So you hear a lot of terms twisted. For example, I say mammy again. I mean, I haven't seen one mammy. The mammies that I do see, I don't really see on YouTube. Like Brother Bitcoin just said, the lady who sat there and let the old white woman spit on her. Now that I would consider that to be a mammy, because I think after that she was in there teaching the white woman how to do the
Oh,
nay
yeah.
or some old nonsense.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she said she forgave her.
Now if you called her a mammy, I couldn't even be mad at you.
Can't get mad at that one. No.
Yeah, I couldn't even get mad at you calling her a mammy. But you call a woman a mammy who find herself around men and agreeing with men. I mean, that term is like so emphatically not correct.
Right.
It's
Not
just
accurate
not.
at all.
Yeah, that's just crazy. You're just talking now, but like I said, YouTube and the internet in general, not just YouTube. I mean, media allows us to come up here and say any old thing. I mean, we could come up here and say any old thing. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be specific. I mean, we can just come up here and say anything. Anything. And guess what? A lot of us do just that. Go ahead.
To your point about people too invested into this YouTube stuff. Another crazy thing I noticed, like dudes will do a whole video about another man for hours and hours every day, every single day, have their name in the title. That's the weirdest shit to me. Like, I understand women got their issue, but when a man does it to another man, that's the weirdest suspect type of thing I ever seen in my life. I thought we supposed to do like if I respond to you, then you do your video, and that's it. No more videos after that. But you continue talking to another man, that's weird. And I see a lot of brothers doing that in this space.
Not only that, bro, you got grown men in this space, or what would they, you know, they would call them grown men, or at least, you know, I would think they call them grown men, but you know, we all know they're not grown. They just say they're grown because of their age. But you know, you got men in this space that stalk other men, you know, and follow them wherever they go in this space. It's like, you know, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, but yeah, everywhere I go, every space I go, every chat I go, you follow me, harassing me, fucking with me, and it's like, bruh, it's like, what do you get out of that? You know, like that's just a
Nothing, not
suspect.
a damn thing. Right.
That's just a suspect as you putting my name in the title of your video, you know, every day or every other day, whatever, every week, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, when you see that kind of crap, you already know what that is. I mean, this person obviously takes YouTube and shit more seriously than you do. You know, I mean, you know, some people, they think that, you know, make no mistake, you know, I like doing YouTube because if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. I was doing this shit before I ever made a penny out of it. More money has went into it than has come out of it. That being said, I mean, I don't, I just don't believe that YouTube itself is this thing. I don't believe I can weaponize this thing, you know. And some people think they can literally weaponize it. Like, you know, I close my laptop, everybody goes away. So it's not like I have
Yep.
to weapon. Yeah, I don't have to weaponize it. I mean, I can close my laptop and never come on this shit again. All right. And you'll never see my ass again unless you pull up to my damn shop in North Carolina. All right. So, but what I think happens is people try to weaponize this thing. And I think some people, they get a certain sense of joy out of being able to say something to you that they think is bothering you, that they think challenges you, that they think makes you feel a particular way, even though that may not even be true. It may not be true because I know people say shit about me, but I don't care about that shit. I mean, if you come at me hard enough now, I'll clap back at you if you come at me hard enough. But most of the time, the things that people say, man, you know, the rank and file person, they let that shit roll off of them like water off of a duck's back. But then on the other side of that, you got people who where they'll make 5 and 6 and 7 videos about each other, which is fine. They can do whatever they want to do. I just think that that type of stuff, I think you're selling your creativity a little short. You're selling your creative energy
I
a little
agree.
short. If you're, you know, you're spending all this time, especially if you're doing it for hours and hours and hours. I just think that your creativity can be focused, a little better. I think you're wasting creative energy when you do that kind of stuff. And that's why I don't do it. That's why I stay away from it. You know,
Yes,
I
sir.
stay away from that kind of crap.
I would say this
You
to
know?
you, to respond to everything you just said, brother X. I would say this. I agree with everything you just said. You got some people in this space that they get off of, you know, harassing other people, following people, you know, coming at them in a disrespectful way and tone. And my thing is this: if you want to come at me directly, say whatever you want to say about me, okay, that's one thing. You know, I got thick skin, I can handle it. But when you get to coming for like my family or somebody personal, you know, I'm dealing with in my life, like that, to me, that's where the line goes too far and it gets crossed there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the issue, you know, because I've had people in this space call me plenty of things, you know, say this about me, say, you know, that's fine, you know, whatever, you know, I can handle it, whatever. But when you get to coming at people's kids or their family or they husband, their wife, whatever the case may be, that's when I feel like it goes too far, because these people 9 times out of 10 aren't even in this space or don't even, you know, deal with this space. So why are you dragging somebody into something that has nothing to do with the situation? And then also I would say this, you got to realize, or at least I had to realize this, but excuse me, but certain people, man, you know, that be in this YouTube space and that, you know, do the things that we just talked about. You got to realize that YouTube for some of these people is all that they have. When they log out, you know, some of these people, they never really log out or never completely close their computer screen. And the reason why is because if they were to do that, when they do that, they realize that when they close their computer screen and log off, they're not really logging off to anything inside of their real personal life. They don't have nothing going on for themselves. Also, maybe they're such a despicable, unlikable person that nobody in their real personal life wants to deal with them or be around them, whether it be family, friends, acquaintances, neighbors, whatever the case may be. These people don't, have such a bad energy, vibe, and aura around them that nobody wants to deal with them in real life. So, the only people that will actually deal with them or be around them is people in this online virtual space. And we all know in this online virtual space, like you said earlier, you can be anybody that you want to be, because people aren't going to see who you physically are, because they just see you on a computer screen. And half the time, most of these people don't even cam up half the time anyway. They just show an avatar or a picture. So you can't really judge people's assessment of who they really are off of who they are on the internet, because a lot of times they put on this front or facade and this character of, oh, I'm this person, I'm that person, when usually they're the opposite of who they normally seem to be on these live streams. So it's like, you don't know who you're dealing with. What I'm saying? Most of the time people act one way, and then in their real life they're a whole nother way. And this is why the only family that they have is on YouTube, or friends or whatever is on YouTube or online spaces. And then, when they log off in their real life, nobody wants to deal with them or be around them, because they're not nobody that you would want to be around in the first place.
Yeah. That's a sad damn existence. If all you have is YouTube, if YouTube is a substitute for friends, family, associates, if YouTube has become that for you, I feel for you. You need to hit up Lady Topaz, because she deals with
Mental health.
Mental health.
Brother X is so bad. I believe, like, I think it's so bad for some of these people, like the ones I just talked about there. Some of these people, I don't even see them ever log off or anything. And I be thinking to myself, damn, do you niggas even wash y'all ass? Do you even brush your teeth, take a shower? Like, I'll be up 24/7, no, excuse me, 25/8.
Do you sleep?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
exactly
what?
Like, like they be just on here all day, every day. I'm like, when do you have time to wash your ass? When do you have time to brush your teeth, take a shower? Like do you have time to do anything outside of this YouTube shit? Because I always see you on here, and I never see you log off or even say, you know what, I'll catch y'all later. I got some things I got to take care of. I'll be back on later. Like, I don't never see y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I know you ain't got shit going on in your life.
Not even that, the worst part be if they be on it's one thing to be in the chat, but one thing to be on the panel talking for hours and hours, talking about one particular person all day, every day.
Yeah, people having like 17-hour streams. Like, I can't look, bro. Look, the most I could be on, the most I could be on the panel.
It ain't worth it, man.
Look, that stream, that Halloween stream that we did on T.P.O.T, that was like a 5-hour stream. That was because we all had off that night, whatever. We was, we had off the next day. But I mean, that's as long as I've been on the panel. But a whole marathon panel of 24 hours or longer, or 10 plus hours long. Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't have that much time to give YouTube. Like, I got real shit going on in my life. I gotta be places, and I'm sorry, I got things I gotta take care of outside of this YouTube shit. I'm sorry.
Damn right, boy.
And I was gonna say also, Xavier, like back to what I was saying when I first met you. Like, I remember you was on panels with 5 or 6 dudes just going at you. You always kept control. You never was emotional. You stand on your square and say what you said, and by the time going by, them same dudes that was going after you now cool with you right now today. So I'll always commend you for that.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I don't do, all right, not to brag on myself, but let me brag on myself a little bit. One thing I don't do is,
talk your shit, X. Talk your shit, man.
I try not to hold grudges against brothers. If I got to a point with a brother and I'm to the point where, whatever's going on with us is irreconcilable, I'm just not going to deal with that person anymore. I'm not going to make videos about them. I'm not going to talk shit about them behind their back. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I'm just going to stay away from them. I'm going to be where I be, let them be where they be, and that's it. Because see, that's kind of how I operate in real life. I mean, I'm not going to, because see, I don't believe in the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not going to do that. So, I mean, if me and you having a conversation and, you all rowdy and you yelling and all this kind of nonsense, I mean, I'm going to let you do that because I stand on what I stand on. So it's not that often that I get mad when it comes to this YouTube stuff. I mean, this YouTube stuff doesn't really make me mad, So and I try hard not to get mad off of what's on YouTube. I try really hard not to get mad at it. There's some things that people have said that concern me, but I try not to get to the point where I'm like angry about it. Because if I get angry about it, I'm gonna come on here angry. I get angry over stories about children getting hurt.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
I get angry over how children are being treated. I get angry over injustice to people. I don't find myself getting angry just because some brothers coming at me. I mean that shit, man. Like I said, number one, I'm too old for that kind of crap. Now, don't get me wrong. Every now and then I may veer out, depending on what we're talking about and what you're saying to me. It all depends on, what you're saying to me. But for the most part, man, I try to stay away from that kind of stuff, man. I have to. I have to stay away from that stuff because, like I said, I'm too old for that kind of crap. I don't think there's any creative value in it. And most importantly, this is YouTube. I mean,
Nothing more,
that's where
nothing
I'm
less.
at. That's where I'm at with it. So,
Yep.
people can say what they want about it. They can accuse me of being whatever they accuse me of. I don't care because, like I said, when I close the laptop, everybody goes away. Yeah, everybody goes away, and they don't come back until I want them to. So,
Let
there
me
it is.
say let me say this to add to your point. I would say this. I think one of the major issues that I see in this space is you got some of these content creators. They try to be everything for everybody, and that's impossible. You try to be everything for everybody, you're gonna drive yourself crazy, and you just end up pulling your fucking hair out. Like at the end of the day, you can only do you, be you, and the ones that rock with you, they're gonna rock with you, and they're gonna stay with you to the end. And the ones that ain't, hey, and it's like that old school saying, man. Some people are here for a reason, and some people are here for a season. Eventually over time, you'll see who's there for a reason, and who's there for the season. So it's just one of those things, man. You just gotta, like, when you growing and when you're going on your journey of life, and you're trying to get better and do better, bigger and better things, you're gonna lose some people along the way. But as long as you keep the people that's always been there to support you, and that's kind of like believed in you, then you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just part of life. You grow. Sometimes you lose people along the way, but I mean, like I said, as long as you have the people that really support you and that's there for you, believe in you, then you're gonna be fine.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my brother Kenny Conjo in the building. Appreciate you for coming through,
Oh
brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
brother Kenny in the house with the $7 super chat. And he says, hey, brother T.P.O.T, Lady T, third board at Bitcoin L. I just got home, so we will catch playback. I better have heard a shout out to me. You dig? Oh, you
No,
know I
nobody
shouted
ain't
you
shout
out.
you out because you should have been here.
I started about earlier. I started about earlier. Shout out to Kenny, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I always told Kenny, man, that tech talk was legendary. Everybody loved to hear the tech talk, what's going on in the tech news and the tech world. So he was definitely the one to give that information out to the people. So I definitely appreciate him for being on the team.
And by the
Yeah,
way, we just wanted to let people know, Kenny's still, family. He's still part of the team. It's just, right now, Kenny's going through a transition period where, for those who don't know, he's getting ready to move overseas or whatnot. So, he has a lot of different things that he has to take care of. So, we kind of just was like, okay, you know what, man, we understand and, whatever. And, do what you got to do and we support you. And, hey, you always welcome to come back and come do your thing with us or whatever. And so it's all love, no love lost or whatever. Like I said, sometimes, man, you gotta grow and do other things. And so shout out to Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Kenny left on a good note, so it was never no issues or whatever. So I just wanted to put that out there.
absolutely. And if we didn't do it earlier, I'll do it now. Shout out to my brother Kenny Conjo in the house. There it is.
But
So
no,
you get to hear. You don't even got to listen to the playback. You already heard it, so you good now.
But no, Brandon's right though. Kenny, his when he was over here, his tech talk segments at the beginning of the show was always like the perfect, intro starting point for our shows, and we got a lot of the tech brothers and the brothers who work in the tech fields. They came over there to support us, our show, but mainly because a lot of them was cool with Kenny, and so he did bring the tech guys, over
I
to
call them
our
the Tech
channel.
Mafia. That's the Tech
Yeah,
Mafia.
me and Brandon came up with a little inside joke nickname. We came up with the whole Tech Mafia term, and it was the people that was that we said that was part of Tech Mafia was Kenny Conjo,
Keep it
Mike
techie.
Shin, Keep It Techie, Mike Shinnery, Professor Black Ops.
Black Ops, yes, sir.
And I feel like I'm missing some more
Mike
right
V,
now.
Mike V,
Mike V, the Black Brain Trust. Shout out to them. And pretty much all of those guys. And if we miss anybody, we apologize. But those are like the people that we call the Tech Mafia. So, once you get all of them brothers in the same room. Oh, also I think if I'm not mistaken, is it Gabe A too? Yeah, Gabe A.
Gabe A, yep.
Shout out Gabe A. Yeah, shout out to him. But we call those brothers, when you get them all together and they form like Voltron, we call them the Tech Mafia. So shout out to them.
All right. Yeah, man, brother Kenny, man, he's been supporting me a long time as well. But all of y'all have, man. I mean, y'all like my day ones, man. Y'all was supporting me when I had like 23 subscribers. Y'all been supporting me a long time, man. Y'all been around this channel a long time, man. And I'll say again, just like I said, man, at the top of the stream, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man, brother Kenny too. I never realized that because Lady Topaz told me the last time she was here that she's like, oh, X, I watch you too. I never realized that she watched my stuff. I didn't think she watched my stuff, because this isn't like, this is a very male centered channel, and of course, I don't apologize for that. The last time I looked at my analytics, I think I was like 93% dudes and 7% women, and it is what it is, and I don't have a problem with that, but I also don't have a problem with, I don't have a problem with women, coming on the channel and stuff like that.
You always reach out to the black women. I always see you reaching out to sisters to come on the show and debate people or on the panels. You always welcome them.
But people will have you think, oh, X here hates black women over there.
Exactly. Yep, I seen them. I seen people do that to you. Yep.
The reason why they say that is because I get on these old mamas. That's why they say that.
Hey, I thought Optinia was gonna say mama.
That's why they say that. But if you look at my stuff, I mean, there are women who come on here. I mean, they do. Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of them, it's only like a handful. But, when women come on here, I don't disrespect them. I don't bitch them. I don't hoe them. I don't do any of that. I treat them the same way I treat the brothers. I let them come on here and debate. They come on here and speak their piece. I've had a few women challenges. So, when they say, oh, X, he hates women over there, they're lying.
But here's the thing, though, Brother X. You hate black women so much to the point to where you married a black woman.
Yeah,
exactly. Wouldn't you? Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. All right. I've been married to a black woman for 20 years. All right. April will be 20 years that me and my wife been married.
By the way, congratulations to you and your wife on that.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. I have 2 adult daughters, right? I have 3 granddaughters. I mean, so when people say that to me, when I see people say that, it's like, I guess these people don't watch my stuff. They must have watched that one video, out of the old mama series and said, because this is one thing I try not to do. I'm not going to judge a person off of one video that they made. I'm not going to watch 10 minutes of one video of For the Record and make an assessment of you. I'm going to go through your catalog. I'm going to look at the titles, watch those videos, then make my assessment. I'm not going to look at 5 minutes of one video out of the 400 and something that I have and be like, "Huh, he hates black women. He hates this. He hates that." I mean, and I think there's a lot of that because we have this short attention span thing going on media. Anything that didn't happen in the last 25 days don't count. You know, anything that happened more than 25 days ago, it doesn't
Right.
count. So people look at those certain videos, and I tell people all the time, and y'all know this, this is the Prophet of Thought series. There are 16 different series on this channel. 16 different series.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
you got a doc series. You had Dr. Ali, Nicole Ali. She was up here, and
yeah,
Dr. Yaya. So I don't see how
yeah,
you hate black women. You're showing the best
yeah,
black women. You uplifting the best black women. So I don't know how they say that.
Yeah, you
But I
hate.
will say this though. To be honest, criticizing mamas, black mamas, that's foreign to us. That's a lot of brothers not used to that.
that's why I do it.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
just so you hate
why I
black
do
women.
it.
You hate black
Go
women
ahead.
so much. Like I said, you marry one in. Like
Yep.
Brandon said, you invite well educated, well spoken, well thought black women on your channel
Yep.
to speak on
Yep.
certain said topics and debates. And just again, this goes back to what Brandon said earlier in the chat, where anything truthful that you say about women is considered bashing, is considered women hate, and it could be true, it could be factual, but in their eyes, it's considered as hate. It's considered as you bashing them. It's like, we at this point, it's like you can never be on the right side of things with them, when it comes to you giving them some kind of pushback or constructive criticism, because they always take it as disrespect when it's not.
And it's the same goes for brothers when you speak on Pookie and Ray Ray. Oh, why you keep talking about them? You sound like you being a coon, always bringing up black on black crime. I get it from the brothers too. So it seems like we speak the truth on how we need to be treating each other instead of killing one another, robbing one another. It's always that pushback, always that you bashing your own people. It's like, damn, I'm just speaking the truth, trying to help my people out.
Yeah.
You want me to lie to them?
And see, this is the thing. Like, a lot of channels, they kind of have a certain theme to them. I mean, over here, we do a lot of different shit over here, man. I mean, I don't just do one thing. Of course, I talk about these old mammies. That's one of the many things I do over here. I do debates over here. I interview people over here. I have panels over here. So, people like to label you off of, something they've seen, and when we talking about, far as black women go, I mean, I talk about them probably less than I talk about anything else. That's the thing that kills me. Well, oh man, he hates black women, he hates black people, he hates this, he hates that. So when people start saying that shit, I can't do nothing but chuckle because a lot of the shit that they say, I mean, those topics, man, are like, I'll probably talk about those things less than I do anything else because I talk about other things. So, you can't do anything but laugh. But I say again, YouTube is the Sims. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Um, well, let me ask Lady Topaz, because she says she's been watching me for a while. Do you think, do I come off as a person that hates black women?
No. I mean, I haven't really seen you say anything that was just harmful or mean-spirited to or about black women. I think that it is true. They don't like that you don't really feel like old mamas, as you put it, have made the best decisions in raising the future generations, and I agree with it. I don't get mad at it because I've seen it firsthand. And I see also every day in my job the results of those actions. Now, that's not all black mothers, but that is the loudest ones. Those are the ones that are very loud and boisterous because they're like trying to intimidate you to not say nothing to them. And I think that's the very reason why they need to hear it. It's not going to be the same if it comes from me. It need to come from men because, I mean, what can they do about it? If I say it, oh, I'm just hating. I'm just, in the way. But if men say it, that's the audience. That's the, the customer base in a sense. So therefore, I mean, that's the best option. That's the best person to say it.
Did you just quote Lady Topaz? Did you just quote my old mama's phrase
I
just now?
tried, but I don't have it. I ain't hit it the way it need to be hit. I don't have that available, so I tried my best though.
You
Well,
see,
you
if I
said
tell black women, I say, "Hey, Topaz don't think Xavier hates black women. Well, she's a pick me. We don't
oh
believe her
yeah,
anyway."
Yeah.
yeah, she's a pick me. They ain't listening to her. They ain't listening to her. Well, you said you was gonna cut my voice and put it on your show, so I'm gonna cut that old mama phrase and use it. I'm have to use
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna put it on there every time, since we don't ever say, I notice we don't say hit the like button. We're gonna get you to do it because it's like the megaphone and it's just a big boom. I think it'll scare people. They'll go scrambling looking for that like button. They better hit it.
Yeah, because
So,
they do it over here. Look, the likes is like where I want them. Because they
mhm,
know, boy, I like those likes and views to match. When I see the likes more than the views, I don't notice. I haven't said anything. I haven't
right,
mentioned it. When they don't
right,
match, that's when I get on them, boy. And that's when I threaten the old mama too.
right.
I don't want to keep y'all too much longer, but I just wanna say this. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna come down there and talk some shit with y'all one of these days. That y'all down there live if y'all will have me. I'll
Okay.
come down there, and I'll try to mind my manners, I promise. I'll try to come down there and not talk too much shit. I
You're more
like
Anybody
than
else do,
welcome.
you might as well join in.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come through anytime you want X and be whether you in the chat or being a guest on the panel. Like, you was on the old show that we used to be a part of that we're no longer
oh
a
yeah.
part of, and
Oh
hey man,
yeah.
we'd
Oh
love to
yeah.
have you on the new show. So you're more than welcome anytime, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna come through, man. I'm gonna come down there, and y'all folks, man, y'all need to get on down there, man, and subscribe to For the Record TV, Brother Third Ward, Lady Topaz, and Brother Bitcoin L. Get on down there, subscribe. You know what I mean? And like I said, you might look up and see old X down there talking shit. So you want to get on down there, man. I appreciate y'all coming through tonight, man, and taking the time out, man, on a Saturday night because you could have been doing anything tonight and you agreed to be here, man. And I want y'all to know that it's appreciated, man. Any final thoughts, man, before we pull out of here, folks?
No, I just want to thank you for letting us on your platform. I really appreciate it once again, showing love to us. So, hey, we definitely gonna show it back to you. I always show it back to you. Donate, cash
Oh,
out, whatever.
absolutely,
So,
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely, man. Told
I
you, you've
love
been
your
supporting
content, brother.
ever since I had like 12 subscribers. You've been around a
Yes,
long
sir.
time, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one more time, shout out to my brother Kenny in the chat, man. Definitely appreciate your thing because, like Wagner said, he said, the tech news, all that was very valuable. So it definitely was. So maybe you'll come back one day. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, brother Kenny. You always know, man. You always welcome up here, brother. Always welcome up here, my brother. Always. Anybody else? Any parting shots before we peel out of here?
You got to
I
top
don't have
ass.
any.
I'll go last.
Okay, I don't have any parting shots. Just thank you for having us up here. The interview was fun, right?
Mhm.
So I hope we do it again. And we'll try to jump back down here as well. So we'll click on the link, come up here. I normally click on a lot of links in the YouTube
Mm.
sector over here. So I'm usually on a panel somewhere at some point. So I'll start clicking on your links more.
Well, you told me when you was up here. When was that? Like, I think that was like
With
2 weeks
Classic Ruby.
ago. Yeah, you supposed to be coming up here, starring in one of these female debates at some point,
Yeah, but I
right?
don't know. Like,
Uh-oh.
I gotta
Uh-oh.
figure out who want to debate and what they want to talk about because it got to be something I disagree with. And what you say, Brandon? See, like I
No,
knew we
no,
weren't
I'm
gonna get
saying
the
I'd
one
love to see
stream.
you debate somebody. I'd love to see you debate somebody.
Yeah, I
Hey,
ain't gonna forget. I'm gonna keep asking about it. I'm gonna keep
hey,
Well, no,
asking.
I'm
I'm
open
gonna have
to
my
it. I just
popcorn
who
ready
want
in
to
my
do it.
front row seats too. So hey, just let me know when you finna do it, up is because me and Brandon
Yeah,
right over here.
I'm gonna find you an opponent, right?
Okay.
But you said you want to be it. Does it have to be a person that you're familiar with, or can it just be somebody who you disagree with? Does it have
Yeah,
to
no,
be a
it could
familiar?
just be it could be somebody I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
Just like if the subject, as long as we are like it's something I disagree with, that we can have something to debate on.
Okay. Well, you were supposed to be sending me some ideas of some things you might want to debate. Won't you do that? Send me a few ideas, and I'll see if I can find somebody who goes against it, and I can
Okay.
I can bring it together because I have a knack for creating debates. I have a knack for creating them.
Okay. Okay.
I have
Will
a
do.
knack. Yeah, hit me up, and we'll make it happen, and we'll try to do it within the next 2-3 weeks or so. You know.
Okay.
Well, let me go ahead and give my final words. So I want to echo what my brother Brandon and my sister Topaz said. Thank you again, X, for allowing us to come on the panel and just promote our show and promote our channel and just us as a team. And we definitely appreciate it. It's an honor, and you're more than welcome to come over on our channel and on our panel whenever you feel like. Just let us know or whatever. But it's always love. We always been over here, me, Brandon, and Kenny, and now Topaz is over here, but we always been over here showing you a lot of love, showing you a lot of support, and we're glad to finally get that support back from you on your end, man. And we definitely need to do this more often and whatnot, and on both ends. So yeah, I definitely appreciate you for this, man. And definitely anytime you want to come over to our channel and check us out and hop on a panel or whatever, you're more than welcome to, man. So appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, man, I appreciate y'all coming through tonight, man, on a Saturday night, man, and spending some time with the brother, and y'all always welcome to come up here, man. Y'all want me to shout something out or whatever the case may be, just hit me up. Y'all got my information, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all already know what it is. All right.
Okay.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. And once again, y'all go ahead, hit that link. Go ahead and subscribe to For the Record TV. Because if you don't do it, y'all already know what I'm going to do. I will haunt your old black ass mama in her dreams.
Classic X, man.
Wait a minute. The
If you,
floating head of though. I didn't see that part at
Yeah,
first.
man. The
if you
classic
don't,
X, man.
I'll be in floating over mama bed tonight. She'll come running down in the basement in your room and be like, "Oh my God, there's a man up there with dreads and a lock sock on." And you'll get up and be like, "Oh, that's just X, man. I forgot to subscribe to the damn channel he told me to do. Let me go ahead and do it, because if I don't, he will be back tomorrow." But anyway, yeah, man. Once again, man, I appreciate y'all, man. And don't be no strangers down here, man. All right.
Nah,
All
man,
right,
we
we got
good.
you.
You see us over here. And once again, appreciate you, X, for allowing us to be up on
Absolutely.
here. And peace to everybody in the chat that came out, everybody that's watching from the clouds. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Peace. For the
Peace.
record.
Peace.
Bye,
TV.
everybody.
Yeah, y'all. Just got off the line with For the Record TV. Y'all need to get on down there and subscribe to my folks. I'm going to pop up down there, boy, and make they fans mad at me, because I'm going to come down there talking shit when I show up. God damn it. Yeah, get on down there, man, and check out my folks, man. They got a good thing going on, man. And like I told them, man, it's good to see black folks get along on this damn internet shit. Because there's so much of the opposite of that, man. And that's what I admire about it the most. The fact that you can actually see black people get up there and get along, man. That's what I like about it the most, man. And they have good chemistry, man. And it is what it is, man. You know, it's good to be able to take a break from some of the craziness, man, when you up on here, man, and actually, you know, just sit back and watch people talk about stuff, man, and get along, you know. So once again, man, shout out, man, to For the Record TV. We started at 8 tonight, so you know we're gonna peel on up out of here. But y'all know before I go, I always gotta hit y'all in the head with some programming notes, because next week, all right, y'all know we're supposed to have my man K.I.T. up here this week, and you know, things was just messing up. So I had to hit my man up and say, let's reschedule. I appreciate you, Brother Lou. Appreciate that, man. But my man KIT agreed to come back next Thursday. He agreed to come back and sit here with us. Brother KIT is going to have the floor, and he's going to be giving y'all some tech talk, because y'all know Brother KIT is like a tech genius, right? Y'all do realize that my man is a tech genius. So he gonna come through, man, Thursday night, man, and he gonna be talking all tech. He gonna have the floor. So you might want to show up here, because you might just learn something, Negroes. So make sure you hear Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You know, my man KIT will be in the house, and class will be in session, Negroes. But before that, Wednesday night, this fella here will be here. Brother Linwood Jackson Jr., author of many, many books, too many. And I ain't going to tell y'all all of them. You're going to have to show your black behinds up Wednesday night to find out what the brother writes. But he will be here. Can you believe it? He will be here Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we will be talking about the worth and the value of the black man. So make sure you're here 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You know. Yeah. So got a few good shows lined up for y'all, man. You know, I told y'all I'm going to be giving y'all a few different looks. Y'all gonna be seeing a few different people, you know, people that you know, you're familiar with, some people you may not be familiar with, you know. So stay tuned, man. You know, stay tuned to what we got going on down here. You might see some stuff that you hate, but you're guaranteed to see a few things that you like too. I'm just saying. You know. But we about to peel up out of here, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man, for coming through tonight, man, hanging out with us on this Saturday night. Man, you could have been doing anything, man, but you decided to be here, and it is appreciated, man. I appreciate all the super chats, and I appreciate y'all, man, period. You know, I absolutely appreciate all of you for coming through tonight, man, and make sure you're here next week, man, Wednesday and Thursday, man, because those are going to be two good shows. You probably don't want to miss them. All right. And one more time, man, a special shout out to my folks For the Record TV, Brother Third Ward, Lady Topaz, and the one and only Brother Bitcoin. All right. All right. So with that, I will leave you with 3 words, you know, like I always do. Open your mind.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
And so a community is where you control your police, you control your commerce, you control your education, you control your house. We don't control none of that. We live in a hood. Huh? Well, what about the Negroes that get out? Oh, well, say, my cousin, they say he's a multi-millionaire, almost got $1 billion.
The Popular Thought
3
Series.
PhDs, working on 2 more. Driving down the street in Chicago in his Rolls Royce, enjoying himself, and he hears these sirens and looks through the mirror and sees this cop car flashing lights. He squeezed the steering wheel, man. Heart beats fast. Because he knows the plight of a Negro, what it could be. And then when that cop car passed him by, he said, thank God he wasn't after you in the first place, punk. That Negro thing you can't get away from. It's universal. They wasn't coming after you. With all your millions, with your Rolls Royce, with your PhD, didn't help. That's the hood. Why do you think you never pick up the paper 3D over and over and see white families travel? You think it's thousands of black cops in America. Why don't you see white families crying as black cops got my loved one 40 times in the back of the head? Why do you think black cops are that? You think they're more spiritual? Think they're better? No! They got enough sense to know that white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And I will stop in our neighborhood when we decide we will not tolerate it. Now, if we was organized, which is hard to organize people who are just gonna run crazy and you don't know you're crazy. But if we were, with the money we have, and the many people who would come to our aid that don't know what it's like to be a Negro, and if we said, look, we saying, if we don't get a federal law to deal with police brutality, that anytime a cop or anybody carry a gun, have to have a license just like you do to drive a car. And if you use it wrongly, you'll lose your license. And if it's upheld, you can never work again as a cop or a store guard or a private detective. How do you get Congress to push that through? Well, you take your economic power and you call on your friends, black, white, young and old, and say, this coming Christmas, if we don't have a federal law to outlaw police brutality by law, then we calling for a nationwide boycott of Christmas and it'll start on Thanksgiving. Well, let me tell you what that means. 79% of all retail in America happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People stay in business all year, lose money just for Christmas, huh? Well, what happens now? Sac Fifth Avenue, Toys R Us, Sears and Roebuck, Westinghouse. They will get the bill, and all they got to do is make one phone call and say, Harry, that's the senator, I want that bill pushed through in 3 days. Okay, it's an economic thing. It's that simple. But we have the power, but the system has wiped us out so bad.
Hours of power. Hours of power. Hours of power.
San Antonio, Lincoln 6. Go ahead. We have a suspect down, 10-4. That's 10-4. The officer's code 4. We have one suspect that's been shot.
Open your mind.
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind.